it's Danny and this bitch. It's my platform, baby, come stream on Twitch. I like 'em crazy. Yeah, Danny fucking rich, girls don't be lazy. Put some energy in that clip. Go buy a hot tub, strip down, shawty lose the fit. And Danny's 60, but still want some off that drip. Don't wear the safety, Twitch con, young, wild and free. These baddies chase me, but don't bring security. It's greedy, cause it's a 50-50 split. And I don't care that you get a 95 on kick. Don't be so needy. Yeah, this is Gucci coming hit. If you're not happy, you can always leave it quick. Cause we got baddies, that's the most important bit. Come round and blow off. Yeah, right here it's live on Twitch. It's a softcore side. We got the girlies getting lit. Take all your clothes off, get down and flash your tits. Type shit, my life a movie. TwitchCon, what's off the grid? I'ma watch some streams now. Chill out, cool off a bit. See you in the next one. Gucci marks generated the shit.
System, the company store, the paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers, scum. They're on giant death factories, keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy weird sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Vampire pot and the goblins are hobbling round, coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions of pointed people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. Gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife. And then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet.
I was watching Fox News as I worked.
What are you doing here?
I came to apologize and make out with tongues.
I don't know where your tongue's been. Oh, wait. Yes, I do.
I didn't mean to kiss Joseph. It was just that he was so sad and tall.
And you're so loose and cheap.
Are you guys aware that we almost see no titties in movies anymore? And we only see dicks. Has anybody noticed this? Yes! I love titties! Big old titties!
Oh my gosh, can you freaking believe it? It's a juicy ass Monday. It's a very strange Monday, actually. There's a lot of weird stuff going on, but it is a Monday indeed. Welcome, boys. Hope you guys are doing good as hell. We're talking about Mr. Chud the Builder. And I'm gonna be honest, like, just getting this right out of the way. When I heard what happened, I think a lot of you would probably agree that it's like, yeah, no shit, right? Yeah, no shit. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people saying, you know, well, it's obviously self-defense. And I totally understand. But the guy's famous for, you know, doing some pretty crazy shit. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I'm not surprised this happened. But, you know, also, I don't think the reaction's super warranted either. It's kind of like both extremes. You know, like the bail being set at, what, $1.2 million? And there's a lot of things to go into with that. But we're going to cover it all. It's going to be awesome. Also, we got this OnlyFans girl, Skytech, sent me this video, which is insane, that we're going to watch. And then we'll talk about GameStop's eBay, their eBay bid. So they put another bid in for eBay or some shit. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm guessing they want to utilize eBay's already probably structure to throw used games on the market, other things on the market, and just kind of dip their toe into every single, you know, avenue they possibly can as far as revenue streams go, because the one thing about GameStop is their revenue streams all but dried up in every single way, shape, or form, right? Just completely dried up. So eBay like a 2-bit hooker to GameStop. Well, yeah, but like as far as eBay goes, I used to use eBay. I used to use eBay back in the day, and I had to stop using eBay because the buyer protection on eBay didn't exist. Or sorry, the seller protection. So I had like a little eBay store where I just sold stupid shit. And man, 1 out of every 5 purchases, people would just like file a dispute or whatever. I don't remember what it was called. And eBay would just give them the money back, and I would just be screwed, and I couldn't do anything. So after that happened like 5 or 6 times, I was like, yeah, and I just stopped. I just closed my eBay store. Because at first it was making a decent amount of money. It was like $1,000 a month, which was a lot when I was 20 years old. But then out of nowhere, it's like everybody was just scamming the fuck out of you, like left, right, and center. So anyways, real quick, boys, we are up against the 620th naked snake in a row. Can you damn believe it? Oh my God. We nailed it last stream, of course. So don't forget. Thank you. I appreciate you, Billy. I see you, boys. Billy, I love you, man. Sam Wise as well. I see you, Sam Wise. Appreciate you, brother. For the green boy. Thank you guys for all your support. Make sure you hit that like button. And let's get the hell on it, doggone it. Billy says, I don't see much talk about the pound anymore. Like we had last week. Feels like it's starting to slow down, which is surprising. Yeah, and there's a lot to talk about. Yeah, for sure. But like I covered that on last stream. There's a lot of cooks in the kitchen, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people have it covered and they're doing a good job. Billy says GameStop keeps lowballing eBay. No wonder eBay would take their lowball offer because GameStop's a dying company. I don't really agree, man. GameStop. So the one thing about GameStop, man, is they have a lot of on-hand cash. Like a lot of on-hand cash. That's the biggest thing, dude. That's the biggest thing in this whole conversation. a lot of on-hand cash, so they can kind of do whatever the hell. Now, they probably don't have as much as they had, but they do have more. I mean, at the point where GameStop was about to die, they were $1 billion in debt, right? And then Jesus shined upon them that day and saved their asses, right? So they've been kind of living off that for a while. So what's up, Jeff on the roads? How you doing, brother? I hope you're doing well, buddy. I miss you, man. Sam Wise, thank you for the 100 jewels. I appreciate you, brother. We're 50 likes away from the goal. Let's jump right into the sauce today because we're going to have a lot of fun, dude, today. And I want to talk about, okay, so long story short, I'm going to give you kind of like a rundown on what's going on with this whole Chud the Builder situation. So if you guys don't know, Chud the Builder is a content creator or whatnot. And his thing, and I don't know if it was intentional or whatnot, but his thing became, the popular thing he became known for was following, I shouldn't say following people around, that'd be weird. The thing he became known for is basically saying the N-word and around, black people and like saying they're chimping out and shit. And of course they get mad as fuck, right? So that was his thing, right? So when you hear about him getting attacked by a dude and then he shoots the dude, in self-defense is what it's claimed, you're not super surprised, right? That kind of sounds like something that was going to happen. Yeah, that's when I heard it. When I heard it, I was like, that's normal. That's exactly what I thought would happen, right? Eventually, you know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Renee Galarza with 1,000 kicks. I appreciate you, brother. Love you, buddy. Thank you, Mr. Renee Galarza. Love you, man. I appreciate you. All right. Thank you, Renee. So check this out. So this is kind of the whole deal for me because a lot of people are confused as to what's going on with the whole Bell situation. What's up, Kraken? So the Bell situation is very interesting. So, if you don't know, where's he at? I know I bookmarked his ass. Maybe I didn't bookmark his ass, whatever. But the guy that the Chud the Builder guy shot, okay, now this doesn't really have anything to do with anything, but it kind of gives you kind of like some context to what the hell's going on. So the man who attacked Chud and got shot in the process had been identified as Joshua Fox, and it turns out he has a lengthy criminal record, including threatening to kill his wife with a screwdriver and trying to burn down their apartment with an aerosol can, which is, that's pretty wild shit. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Cat is fat. Jesus Christ. Meanwhile, Chud is the one sitting in jail facing attempted murder charges for defending himself against a man with a violent criminal record. So look, this is part of the character assassination to basically let people understand why that this is self-defense. Now, this dude did jump on Chud the Builder guy, and the Chud the Builder guy did shoot him. But what I'm curious about is why the hell is the bail $1.2 million? So the Chud the Builder guy is the dude with the giant mustache, right? Yeah, I'll pull up a picture of him. He's on the thumbnail. You guys understand it, right? What's up, Puck? How you doing, brother? But I'll just pull him up anyways, just so you guys can see. But he's in the thumbnail. He's the mustache guy. He's the mustachioed man. So here he is. This is the Chud the Builder guy right here. That's known for doing some rather crazy shit. And I'm not saying that makes it to where he deserves to get slapped around or anything. I'm just saying that it's not exactly surprising something like this happened, right? You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, there's the guy right there. That's the guy that's got in a fight, shot a guy. The guy didn't die though, so that's very important. Very, very important. But people are drawing contrast to similar situations like this right here. So this guy in Northport, Alabama, was caught abusing the corpse of Karen Hollis, 23-year-old woman who went missing 8 days earlier, which likely means that he probably kidnapped her or something to that nature. You don't just walk down the street and you see dead people sitting around. You're like, oh, I'll take this home with me, right? It says DeJourney has only been charged with abuse of a corpse and given $15,000 cash bond. So why does this guy get a $15,000 cash bond for something that's pretty unfathomable versus Chud the Builder, who gets a $1.2 million cash bond, right? Isn't that strange? That's very, very strange. And somebody in the chat said it, Garlic said, hi, Bell, so he can't easily fundraise from the audience. Yeah. And that's what's happening, right? So he's, there's a gift send go to pretty much help him pay for this bell, right? What's up, Helena? Says, can't believe it's been over 5 years. Time flies. Thank you, Helena. I appreciate you. Big shout out to Helena. Big shout out to Billy for the super chats. Appreciate you, Billy. Big shout out to Renee Galarza. I love you. I appreciate you. He's a sicko. Yeah. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. Yeah, so that's people drawing the correlation or drawing the parallel is why is this guy getting treated, better when his crimes seem to be a little bit more fucked, right? A little bit more fucked, right? So, at any rate, so there's some updates to this whole situation, and we're going to pull them up. There's a video, I think it was Liberal Hive Mind, which I've seen his content before in the past, but I kind of stray away from stuff that's like overtly political, especially right now. I'm like, man, I want to die. I want to die. You know what I'm saying? It's terrible. Where is it? Where's the Liberal Hive Mind? All right. Beep, 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 beep. William Baker, what's up, buddy? Dude, that's fair. That's fair. I don't hold any ill will towards you, buddy. Is this the same damn guy? I had this pulled up earlier. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So this is the video that's kind of talking about why he's going to walk free and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, well, let's find out what the hell's going on here. And this is going to kind of explain everything. Now, to be completely fair, this guy's pretty spicy. He's a pretty spicy boy. So, we're going to see what this is like here. All right, here we go. All right. I like this dude's voice. His voice is very mesmerizing.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. And of course, here's the meme of the day brought to you by 5mind.com. All right, so I gotta tell you, I'm jumping into the deep end on this one. This is quite the touchy subject, quite the controversial topic, I'll tell you. And even people on the right seem a little bit...
Mick Stellar says, I haven't watched Liberal Hive Mind. It's been a while for me. What's up, Michael Clan? How you doing, baby?
Divided here, and I'm sure a lot of other YouTubers are probably going to avoid this like the plague. They're going to not want to go near this topic with a 10-foot pole, but I simply cannot ignore this one. It's simply just too
Blake, he says, dude's voice is
interesting of a conversation to avoid. And on top of that, I think it's probably going to be one of the biggest free speech cases of our lifetime. Yes, we're talking about the Chud the Builder situation. And now, before we get into any of it, any of the details, any of the legal concepts that are orbiting this case, I got to start off by saying in no way am I here as, a big Chud the Builder supporter. I may not be.
Yeah, I think that's something very, very important. I've never really heard of this guy other than scrolling Facebook Reels and seeing him say something kind of wild once in a while, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would be scrolling Facebook Reels and see one weird ass thing, and that was like the only thing I'd ever seen. So I don't know anything about the guy, but I do remember when I see these things, I'm like, huh, it's weird how he hasn't got his ass beat yet. And I'm not saying he deserves it at all. I'm just saying that, we all understand life, right? We all understand society. You're probably gonna get your ass kicked a few times. And I was like, how has he not got his ass kicked yet? You know what I'm saying? So, but it has happened now.
I don't know. I'm not here to defend his actions, whether moral or not. I'm not here to ideologically align with anyone. I'm not here to convince you that Chud the Builder is a great guy and what he's doing is fantastic. No, I simply want to take an objective look at what is going on here, especially on the issue of free speech, give my opinion, my legal analysis, my non-expert legal analysis. Of course, I'm not a lawyer, but I have covered many legal issues over the years, and I've done some research pertaining to this case. I'd simply like to have a conversation. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so for those of you guys who don't know, obviously we're going to have a little bit of a background detail here. This is Chud the Builder. Chud the Builder is essentially a dude who was working in construction during the BLM riots back in...
What's up, Tim F? Yeah, so this is the Chud the Builder guy. Very, very unique look, okay? And his whole deal is he will film himself walking around and, saying some pretty outrageous shit, that's always pretty racist stuff, right? What does he build? Shit, I don't know, man. Apparently a free speech case, right? That's kind of where this is all boiling down to. And I got to be honest, I don't see it ending well. I just don't. Like in this environment, I don't see it ending well at all. That's just my opinion, but we'll have more explained. What's up, Joe Sheenan? How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. All right. Oh shit! But before I forget, God, I forgot to announce it, guys. So I can't stream tomorrow because Gooch moves. I can't stream tomorrow because how do I put this? So somebody in my immediate family, like my very immediate family, has had liver issues for a long time, and something really bad happened Sunday night, I believe. So I have to drive after this stream, probably like a few hours after the stream. I got to drive to the hospital about 2 hours away, and they're getting a liver transplant. So I won't be able to stream tomorrow. So I'll be at the hospital all night and all day tomorrow. So it's somebody like hyper close in my immediate family. So I won't be able to stream tomorrow, and but everything's probably going to be all right. So, but yeah, I unfortunately have to go there and do that. So, anyways, getting that out of the way, and don't forget, Wednesday will be the Loki show. So if you guys don't know my dog Loki, he's 13 years old. He's an old boy. On Wednesday, I will have a Loki memorial show because it's his last day. He's an old dog. He can't move. He can't walk. He's pretty messed up. And Thursday is the day. Thursday is the day, unfortunately. So Wednesday, I'm going to have a stream, and I'm going to have his couch. I have a literal couch for Loki that's up here for him. And he's going to be on the couch. We're going to have the camera on him. We're going to like to talk about our Loki memories. And I know there won't be a lot of viewers, but that's fine. Like, it's more about him than anything. So just give him some love, and we'll have fun that night. So anyways, all right, let's continue, boys. So just wanted to let you guys know why I couldn't stream tomorrow. Because it's a very strange week. A lot of strange things happening. We are 20 likes from 100, by the way. Spam the hell out of that like button. Toasty, what's up, baby? Let me make you a mod. Are you one of those people that just jump on random different freaking mod, like our different accounts with the same similar name? I feel like I've made you a mod before. Western Civ says, I had a lab, Loki. Found him in a field in Decatur, Alabama. Hell yeah, brother. Is that what you're talking about? Thank you, Western Civ, for your super chat. I appreciate that, brother. You asked where I'm going. The hospital's I don't know, it's south, I think, Birmingham. So all right, here we go.
The 2020 era. And during all the BLM stuff, he posted a, let's call it an offensive video, a racially insensitive video, which subsequently led to him losing his job. And then in response to this, he decided to double down, becoming what he describes as a free speech advocate. And he took things to the absolute extreme, an absolute extreme level. There's no denying that. He rose to prominence by pushing some buttons, let's just say. It's to the extent where I can't show you guys really what he does on YouTube. Because
you literally can't. Yeah, I literally can't play what Chud the Builder does. Now, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know a lot about the Chud Builder guy. I do know that I don't necessarily think, and this is just my personal opinion, it's not supposed to be political or anything. I don't really think it's super funny to like walk up to people of color of any denomination and just say racist shit to try to get them to attack you. I think that's weird. It's a little cringe. Now, should he be allowed to do that? I guess. It's freedom of speech, right? But I'm not going to act surprised when somebody, kicks his ass. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. When I see clips like it, it makes me kind of makes me recoil rather than like laugh. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Anyways, what did he do, Celtic girl? Well, here, I'll give you a rundown of what Chud the Builder did. So Chud the Builder, basically his content is, from what I've seen, is he will provoke like Black Americans by saying, racist shit and try to get them to like freak out and chase him and go after him, right? That was kind of his content, which is kind of cringe, but whatever. So at any rate, somebody attacked him like last week and he shot them, right? So he shot them, in what he is claiming is self-defense, right? So that's kind of what's going on. Mike Hunt says opposite. They provoke him. Sure. Yeah, sure. Maybe. But all I'm saying is you turn on a camera and you're saying some crazy shit. Look, I'm not saying I disagree or agree with it. I'm just saying it's not super entertaining for me. You know what I'm saying? But I understand what happened and what was going on there, But at any rate, that's what happened. So he got attacked the other day and shot the guy. The guy did not die, but his bell, the Chud the Builder's bell, was labeled at or put at $1.2 million, which is insanity. It's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Now, somebody in the chat brought up a good point. They said, hey, he can crowdfund that, and that's kind of why it's so hot. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they're making an example out of him. I don't know. Then the guy followed him and started attacking him. Yeah, we're going to get into all that for sure. So my issue is like, it's pretty crazy how high the bell is. Now, to be completely fair, I don't know. Bills fan says premeditated. He said he was going to shoot somebody and walk. Oof. Well, let's get into it. Anyways. 5 times more, Carmelo Anthony. Yeah, and that guy stabbed a guy, right? So that's your issue right there. So 14 likes from 100. 14 likes from 100. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of conscience. Sure. And that's why I'm like saying I'm not surprised that somebody will like jack him up a little.
Obviously, that'll get my YouTube channel dinged. But basically, he finds himself in these situations most of the time with black people in public, and he says some very racially insensitive stuff. He films the reactions, uploads it to the internet, gets millions upon millions of views. It's clipped everywhere. Over the last 2 years, he's rose to prominence. I mean, you can't go on social media without seeing him, especially on the short platforms like X. He's a racial provocateur. He goes out there, says the word that you're not supposed to say, and he argues essentially that the point of his videos, his purpose, is to advocate for free speech absolutism. He doesn't care whether what he's saying is insensitive. He believes, as an American, he has the right to say it, and he highlights the violent and aggressive reactions to saying the word as essentially the problem. So that's basically what he does. He says slurs publicly and gets a rise out of people. Is it provocative to the extreme? Absolutely. Is it illegal? I'd say probably not. But now this takes us to the next step here, as this Chud the Builder character was showing up to a court date that he had. I believe he like dined and dashed or something, although there's more context to the story. Basically, he had racked up a $400 restaurant bill, and the restaurant was telling him he wasn't allowed to stream. They were kicking him out of the restaurant. And so he basically said, okay, well, screw you. I'm not going to pay the bill, and just walked out. Well, he was arrested. He showed up to court, and then waiting outside of the courthouse, from what we understand, was an individual.
I got to say, that's weird. If you were kicked out of a restaurant, I feel like if you're getting kicked out actively, you shouldn't have to pay your bill. You know? I don't know. You got to leave. All right, well, I'm out of here, but you got to pay. I'm like, wait, hold on. Okay, that don't make a lot of sense. Okay, you're kicking me out. Like, if I'm paying, I'm going to stay and finish my stuff, right? But I don't know the legality around something like that, right? But at any rate, so here we go. So somebody showed up to the courthouse to provoke, the Chud the Builder guy.
Black individual who showed up there specifically waiting for him. Some sort of a confrontation then ensued. We don't have the exact details as to what happened, but from what we do understand, some words were exchanged, and then at some point, the individual in question attacked Chud the Builder, to which he then reacted by pulling out his firearm, shooting probably a couple times, because I know he hit the individual, as well as shooting himself, I think, in the arm. And now here we are at the later end of this story. Chud the Builder has since been charged with attempted murder, as well as employing a firearm during a felony, aggravated assault, and reckless endangerment. He was recently presented with his charges, and then, I think quite shockingly, handed a $1.25 million bond.
Insane, dude. Insane. Greg Harris says, heard the prosecutors blocked the GoFundMe for his bail. If it's true, I didn't know they could do that. Well, that's what I heard as well, but apparently there was a Gift Send Go started as well. Okay. So there's I don't know how it works. Maybe it's GoFundMe actually is the one that blocks it, but there's obviously something going on here to where there's a unified group of people trying to block this thing. That's kind of what it seems like to me. Royal Wee says he calls out bad behavior, not provoking it. Thank you, Royal Wee. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for your super chat, buddy. I love you. 9 likes from 100. Hot diggity damn, boys. Hot diggity damn.
Bond at $1.25 million, based upon the fact of how many people were in the courtyard, were here at the courthouse, and the seriousness of all these felonies, and his bond status. Okay. So,
and now, of course, you can imagine this has caused quite the storm online.
$1.2 million. Keep in mind, we just looked up that story where that guy that defiled a corpse for 8 days of a girl that was missing, a girl in her 20s or early 20s, he only got a $15,000 bail, like bond. Isn't that insanity? What is the difference here? Shouldn't there be some kind of like structure? You know what I'm saying? What's up, Carify? How you doing? There should be some kind of structure. It's very spooky shit, that he made. Exactly, Pucanini. Exactly. This guy that got a $15,000 bond for defiling a corpse, okay? $15,000 bond for defiling a corpse. Likely kidnapped the girl. I mean, when's the last time you, Pucanini, when's the last time you were walking down the damn street and you just saw a dead 20-year-old girl? Right? When's the last time that happened? Well, I guess I'll take this home with me. Right? No, you probably killed her. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's very, very rare I see a dead body on the side of the street, and it's even more rare where I'm tempted to take said body home with me. Like it's a freebie, like a gift, like a nickel you found on the sidewalk. That's weird as fuck. But that's what happened. And this dude got a $15,000 bond, but Chud the Builder had somebody, okay, provoke him at a court date they were aware of. They attack him. He discharges his firearm and he gets a $1.2 million bond. Something's weird here. There's got to be like a limit. You know, can judges just do whatever? Infinity money. Like, I don't know, man. Infinity money. You know, how demented is that, Mark? That's what I'm talking about. Now, Charon, thank you, baby. Says get kicked out prior to eating, you shouldn't pay. But if you've already ate and started some shit, you shouldn't get rewarded with a free meal. Dominus Nox. Yeah, I agree. I don't disagree with that. You know, because when I worked at Red Lobster when I was 16, look, I was 16 years old. Okay, give me a break. Okay, but when I worked at Red Lobster, I remember people would come in and eat their food and be like, "That was disgusting," and like throw a fit and just walk out. And they just let them. The Red Lobster people were like, "All right, whatever." You know, so. What's up, Rad 3 all? Yeah, it's that's what I was kind of alluding to before. You know, the probably the worst thing about this whole case is the fact that Chud the Builder has a billion videos of him kind of doing some like stuff that's not going to work well for protecting like a prosecutor just assassinating his character through this whole process, right? Here's a video of him saying the M-word 6,000 times and like provoking people and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Even though that free speech is free speech, they're going to play those videos back to back to back on nonstop, right? That's what they're going to do. TMF Squid, his bail is 8 times higher than similar charges and 8 times higher than worse charges set by that judge. Corruption is what it is. I kind of agree with you. Squid. Thank you, Squid. I appreciate you, brother. Damn, Squid coming in strong. Appreciate you, brother. Shogun says, yeah, the guy he shot even posted that he was going to end him and attack him previous to showing up. So a lot of this stuff is going to come out, right? Love you, Sledge. A lot of this stuff's going to come out.
And I'd say understandably so. The first thing that people point out is the $1.25 million bond. I have to admit that does in fact seem quite excessive. Just thinking about the Carmelo Anthony Austin Metcalf situation. Carmelo in that case is accused of viciously stabbing Austin Metcalf to death, and he was given a $250,000 bond. He was released on house arrest, allowed to continue his studies. He attended his graduation. But now in this case, we've got Chud the Builder.
That kid that stabbed that other guy basically is rich now because of the GoFundMe or Gifts and Go or what have you that he got from his whole situation, right? Because he stabbed a kid like at a football game or something, right? And he's just rich now. You know, that is really, really strange, in my opinion. I don't really follow, and I feel like there needs to be some kind of relative structure to all this to make it make more sense, right? TMF Squid on Rumble says, "Free Chud." Dude should have kept that behavior online like Gypsy Crusader. He was funny though. Oh my God, Gypsy Crusader is that the guy that sometimes dresses up as this Joker, like on things like not chat roulette. Oh, that's what it used to be called, and then it was replaced by Omegle and then another, I don't remember. Yeah, but anyways, they already spent all the money. Well, hell, man, Ferraris ain't gonna buy themselves, brother. He will get character assassinated. The freedom of speech might not work if he instigated. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you, brother. All right, here we go.
From what we understand, was attacked by someone. He responded with a firearm. The person that he shot is in stable condition. There's no death here, and yet his bond is $1.25 million. You know, it does seem like a little bit of a mismatch, but you know, these things are up to the judge's discretion. But now going beyond the massive headline bond number, the question comes, are the charges legit? Does this case make sense? I mean, they are truly throwing the book at him. There's no denying that. They're treating him as the aggressor, as the perpetrator, the other person as the victim, and that's the main point of contention here. It's not.
I do think this is going to slowly start drifting the other way, though. I don't know if it's going to drift all the way back, but I do think it's going to drift the other way. What's up, best just Steve?
Just the bond. There's many people who argue that he acted in self-defense. Why is he being charged with attempted murder? The assumption being that the prosecutor in the case, the judicial system here, is working with prejudice against Chud the Builder because of his online persona, because of his controversial antics, the offensive content that he makes. And that's where we get to the issue of free speech here. Because essentially what's being argued, as I can gather, is because Chud the Builder said mean things, therefore that somehow invalidates his right to defend himself, his right to self-defense. And that is something I simply cannot wrap my head around. Now,
and what's more important about all this, and I don't know if anybody has really mentioned this, but an attempted murder charge, I'm quite positive, needs intent, right? Premeditated and intent to kill. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that's there unless they're going to use his online persona as, oh, he's been moving in this direction for a long time with this intent to kill, right? That's what I imagine is it's going to be framed in that way. I don't think that's going to be successful. Look at the bees trailing. Look at the bees. Oh my God. Thank you. Appreciate you. Is that Phantom with 1,000 kicks? Thank you, Phantom. I appreciate you, baby. Phantom coming in strong over here on Kick. Thank you. Kick be outpacing the super chats. Get some Kick.
Been arguing with people on X, like this individual, for instance, T1776, who writes, wrong, provocation does revoke the right to defend yourself in the state of Tennessee. Chud is going to prison for a long time. He then posts this, the threat or use of force against another is not justified if the person using force consented to the exact force used or attempted by another individual, if the person using force provoked the other individual's use or attempted use of unlawful force, unless the person using force abandons the encounter or clearly communicates to the other the intent to do so, and the other person nevertheless continues or attempts to use unlawful force against the person. And so essentially the argument is that if you provoke being attacked, then that invalidates your claim to self-defense. But this, my friends, is
and that's what I'm saying, is they're going to use the fact that his online persona is what provoked people. That's what I'm aiming for here. Chati says, welcome to Lawfare, where your immutable characteristics and political beliefs determine the severity of your charges and bail. 100%. 100%. The more that I watch, the more I kind of get that, you know? So somebody in chat brought up something good, and then now I don't know where it went. You know exactly who he is. We know exactly who he is. Other dude made threats beforehand. What the hell? Did I miss that? Oh, it might have been on Kick or something. I'm just a stupid bastard. It's probably the case. Oh, here it is, Yolando. Thank you, Chai T, by the way. I love you. Yolando says, if he hadn't pulled a gun, he'd probably be dead, and you'll have a leftist and black people dancing over his grave. Look at Henry Nowak over here in the UK. Well, I mean, you can use something even more direct, right? And I'm not trying to, I feel like people mention this a little bit too much, but Charlie Kirk, for example, right? Charlie Kirk, I mean, you saw it the day it happened, the day after, the week after, all this stuff, you know? When he died, there was people literally celebrating on every single app. Celebrating. So that, yeah, you're right. You're right to that degree. Thank you. I appreciate you. Smooth Jaw. What's up, baby? Smooth Jaw says, what does this guy do with PDH in a freezer? Well, okay, I'll explain it. You know, PDH is definitely coming back. But our dog, you know, PDH's dog, our dog, you know, as she's had the dog since she was like 18, 19. Yeah, something like that. Thursday's his last day because he's just falling apart, right? Alasky, he's falling apart. So she's been real fucked up. And also she has to take care of him 24/7. That's how fucked up he is. He can't move, you know. So the next available schedule for stuff, and he started to snowball fast, you know what I'm saying? He was kind of almost walking. You could help him walk a little bit. And then overnight, he just can barely move, right? So the next available schedule was Thursday for, you know, to unfortunately put him down, which is terrible. And anyways, so she can't even fathom doing anything like streaming or anything right now. So, you know, keep her in your thoughts and all that good stuff. So it's a very sad situation. But she'll be back Wednesday a little bit because we're going to have the Loki stream Wednesday where Loki gets to be on stream and hang out with everybody and you guys can see him. And then we'll be back. It'll be all good, man. It'll be all good. All right, let's continue. Anyways, but yeah, that's what's going on, by the way. That's what's going on. Don't forget, boys, we are an orange, pink, and red boy on Super Chats away from a rainbow night. Shout out to TMS Squid, Phantom, Mr. Galarza. Appreciate you guys.
Illegal misunderstanding. Provocation in this specific context is very specifically defined, and simply talking crap, using racial epithets, saying mean words, being an asshole, well, it doesn't invalidate your claim to self-defense. That's basically what I said in my response to this individual on X, and they responded, provocation includes the use of fighting words. Fighting words were defined by those in which by their very utterance inflict injury or tend to incite an immediate breach of the peace. He cites this from Chaplinsky versus New Hampshire in 1942. That's the supposed legal precedents, but this, from my understanding, seems incorrect. Frankly, this seems like a completely unrealistic standard as well. I guess the claim is here that if you talk smack to somebody, if you talk crap to somebody, and they charge at you trying to physically assault or kill you, well, in that situation, you can't defend yourself because...
This sounds like the bully defense. You guys know what the bully defense is? This sounds like when you have a bully in middle school and the bully comes up and keeps trying to get you to hit them. You know what I'm saying? Hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me, so they can start beating your ass as soon as you touch them. You know what I'm saying? That's what this sounds like. you can't do anything if you provoke. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That sounds a little stupid. You know, in my opinion. Would this case be thrown out in Florida? Understand your ground? I don't know. It's a weird case, and the issue is I think it's the current climate, and also specifically who he is online. I think if Chud the Builder wasn't who he was online, I think this wouldn't be a thing at all. You know what I'm saying? Wes, hold me back, bro. Wes, make sure you like to stream, Wes. Everybody like to stream. Get the hell on it, doggone it.
You instigated the situation? Yeah, obviously that makes no sense. I asked Grok to help me on this one, and obviously Grok is not 100% perfect on legal issues, but, you know, again, this is simply a thought experiment. Grok responded by saying, no, talking crap does not automatically void your self-defense claim. The fighting words doctrine is a narrow First Amendment rule about unprotected speech that tends to incite an immediate breach of peace. It has nothing to do with whether or not you lose the legal right to defend yourself. In virtually every United States jurisdiction, mere verbal insults, trash talk, or provocation do not make you the initial aggressor who forfeits self-defense. That status normally requires you to be the first to use force or threaten physical force. If the person responds to your words by throwing the first punch or pulling a weapon, their unlawful physical attack restores or preserves your right to defend yourself with reasonable force.
That makes sense.
Courts and self-defense statutes repeatedly state that the verbal provocation alone is not enough to strip you of the defense or to justify the other side's violence. Jury sympathy might dip if you were being an a-hole, but the law itself does not declare your claim null and void just because you ran your mouth. And that to
yeah, being an asshole doesn't mean you can just not defend yourself anymore. Yeah, Blake Poopy, exactly. It's like, here's this case from 1942. I don't know, man. I don't know. Billy Hatcher with an orange boy reminds me of a classic bully. This guy sounds like he never left high school. Still doesn't matter. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Mr. Billy, for your orange boy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Case from 1942. Well, didn't you know in 1787, okay, there was a guy, all right, this is what happened. Therefore, you can no longer brush your teeth at 2 a.m. in the woods. Okay.
Me was my initial reaction. That seems also logical. Seems to make a whole lot more sense than, oh, well, he said fighting words, therefore. And now this brings us to the next situation. You know, you've got all these people who are basically saying, Chud the Builder, he's guilty, he deserves it, he provoked the situation. But we actually have no idea what even happened. Not even a clue. We don't know if Chud the Builder said anything to provoke any type of reaction, or whether it rises to the level of, quote, fighting words. And so to see so many people just jumping to that legal conclusion, it seems a little bit preemptive, so to speak. And again, this is not about being a staunch defender of Chud the Builder and justifying his actions. We're talking about objective legal theory here. Whether or not the charges against him are prejudiced, whether or not they are treating him fairly under the law. And as it stands right now, unless there's some evidence that I'm not privy to, there's for sure someone who was filming the entire encounter. Look, maybe the prosecution's office,
I know what it's called, Chatty. Okay.
has something that we don't know, but the idea that his claim to self-defense, if he was attacked, would be invalidated because he's a mean racist, it just doesn't hold up. Then, of course, comes the issue of premeditation. And again, I'm going to be as fair as possible here. I'm not going to, just show one side and ignore other facts or other factors. No, I'm going to show you guys all the context here. Those who are arguing against Chud the Builder are pointing to a post that he made in the past. He wrote this on May 7th. Series finale is dead racial expletive on the pavement and you racial expletives riding when I walk free. Stay tuned. The argument that's being made here is that this shows premeditation, that he basically intended to force this situation from happening. And look, I think obviously that's going to be presented in court. It's going to be a factor in the jury deliberation. But this notion that I'm seeing from people that this basically seals the deal and proves premeditation.
Yeah, that seems a little too vague. Seems a little too bad. Carify says $1.25 million bond set by a judge using discretion BS. Yeah, it's a little wild. It's a little wild. I could understand, maybe $100,000 bond, but 1.25 million. I mean, think about that for a moment. 1.25 million is reserved for somebody that like skinned 8 babies, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of damn money, right? Jeremiah, what the fuck? What the fuck? They never show the context of that post. That is true, Reeler Bolin. That's true. Well, there's you'll see stuff like that all the time online. All the time online. Where somebody will say something pretty pointed and spooky, and you're like, oh, damn, that's pretty bad. And then you see the context, and it was quite literally in response to a joke in that context. And you're like, oh, you fucked me. Why'd you say that? Malcher Rollins says Rittenhouse was $2 million. Who? Damn. What's up, MA? How you doing, baby? How you doing, MA? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Shout out to MA. Shout out to Billy. Shout out to all the peeps on the kicks. I probably should have the kick chat pulled out, but I'm a bad friend, Phantom. I don't want to miss any of my boys on their kicks and their gifted subs. Big shout out, though, real quick to the top gifted subs of all time. Shadow, Sooner Pet, Conspiracy, Tommy the Cat, Old School, Renee, 3 E's, Outlaw Mentality. Oh, my God. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. All right, let me pull up the chat because if I don't, I will miss shit. And I'm not trying to do that right now. If I recall, Rittenhouse never paid for that shitty fine. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was out on bond, right? I don't think he stayed in prison throughout the trial or until the trial or whatever. You know, not a cent. He didn't. Okay, well, shit, I don't, enlighten me. Hey, Breeda says the quarter's still farting. You know it, baby. You know it. Thunder love. Thank you, buddy. All right, let's continue.
I think that's a little bit of a stretch as well. Maybe if you just read that tweet and then see what he did and omit all other context, but when you take a more bird's eye view and look at everything that's transpired and the main point of his activism, if you could call it that, well, obviously there's a little bit more context to it. He's saying this in response to the constant threats that he's receiving online. And that's another important piece of context that I think really needs to be
I agree, Malcheron.
Presented here when examining this case. Just a couple days ago, we had a high-profile rapper, a big-time celebrity. I don't know these people's names, so I'm going to have to search it. I'm not exactly big on the rap scene and all these characters. Okay, here it is. I found the individual. This person goes by the name of NLE Choppa. I've heard of him before. Yes, I
do have to say, it's always my Instagram, for example, it went hyper viral. I don't know, like 2 months ago, 3 months ago. And I can't really stop it anymore. It's from like a handful of reels that I put up. And so many people follow me or like reels and they'll look like they have headshots. You know, their profile picture is a headshot. And it's some random rapper or other, I don't know, like profession. And they have millions of followers. And I'm like, who the hell is this? You know, I don't know any of these people. Where they come from? You know, it's weird. It's always very strange. Looks like a lie about him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I agree.
Him before. But basically this NLE Choppa guy, well, he made this post on X. He wrote, "We quick to take our own brothers out, but this white racist dude I keep seeing still walking around unscathed. Tell Buddy, come to Memphis. I'll figure out a way to make it justified to put Buddy ass in the dirt on my baby." And so again, looking at the full context.
What was that again? Do what now?
And of course, once again, prefacing, trying to be as objective as possible in my analysis here. You have to understand the context from which that deleted Chud the Builder post was made. He's facing constant death threats because of the content that he's making, because of the words that he's saying. People are saying, we are going to viciously assault you and attack you. And then he made a post saying that basically the series finale is going to be somebody trying to kill him, trying to viciously assault him, and him defending himself. I think you could analyze this both ways. It can be perceived as premeditation.
I got to say, though, that's what you're going to think is going to happen. You know, you're immediately going to assume that's what's going to happen, right? So, I mean, that's what I would assume. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Pork Report? How you doing, brother? Pork. Mr. Pork. Make sure you guys like the stream. Get the hell on it, doggone it.
As if he's purposely setting it up, or even work in his defense in a way where his point is being proven. He's pushing the boundaries of free speech, and he keeps saying, look, I'm saying these words, and people are issuing death threats, they're attacking me, and eventually I'm going to have to defend myself because I'm just simply speaking. I'm engaging in my First Amendment right, regardless of how offensive you find it. And now you've got big-time people with massive public profiles saying they're going to, quote, put me in the dirt. You got people who are giving me death threats, coming after me in real life, and he's making the prediction that the way it's all going to end is with him being found not guilty, as inevitably one individual is going to run up on him, and he's going to defend himself. Again, you know, it's an issue of perception, and really what it's going to come down to is the perception of the jury. Now, obviously, there's going to be a lot working against him. His offensive nature, the stuff that he says, of course, that tweet, probably the most difficult thing that's going to...
Yeah, it's rough. But again, I don't really think that helps. Now, it might. Depends on a jury, right? Yeah, Galv. What's up, Galv? How you doing with the bees? Get the bees going. I see the bees coming, boys. If you're on kick, beat it up. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget, we're up against the 620th naked snake in a row. Shout out to Billy and TMF Squid and all the boys. Malcheron. Appreciate you guys on the super chats. I love you. Bucani. Is that Asmongold? I don't know why I thought that was Nick Ricada for the longest time. Headbanging, but it's Asmongold.
Pop up in court, but the question is, do you have the right to engage in extreme offensive content, or does engaging in said content and then, frankly, inevitably being attacked invalidate your right to self-defense? For me personally, I think there's an element of prejudice here. I think there's an element of prejudice because of the content that he's making. I personally would not engage in his behavior. I wouldn't do what Chud the Builder is doing. Do I agree with it? No, I don't. But I also don't think that you should face physical harm for simply saying words, that people find offensive. And I don't think saying mean things should invalidate a claim to self-defense. Now, I'm saying that kind of overarching with the very limited understanding of what we have in terms of...
I think that's reasonable. Like, again, I would never do what he does. I don't enjoy the content. I'm not interested in the content. Do I think he should be put in prison and or killed for it? I don't think so. You know, but on the other end of the spectrum, am I surprised that somebody attacked him? No, not at all. You know,
this situation. We'll have to see the video evidence if that's ever presented. We'll have to see exactly what it is that was said. Did he engage in legally defined fighting words? Was he egging it on, saying, hit me, come hit me, bring it on, basically baiting the guy to hit him and then pulling out a gun and shooting him? If that's the case, then obviously his claim is invalid. But if what happened on the video is that he was simply talking crap and then he was chased after and attacked viciously and then he defended himself, well, then obviously that's self-defense, case closed, and his online persona or the offensive nature of his content shouldn't even be a factor, frankly. And that particular tweet, again, while I think it's damning evidence that will obviously be used in court, is it proof that he premeditated this entire situation? Well, maybe, but also maybe not, right? So I think there's...
Yeah, I think that's not conclusive enough at all, right? To prove that he did anything premeditated wise, right? Now, if it was me, and like I said, I would never be in the situation where I would make content like this, right? But if it was me, there is no way in absolute shitballs I wouldn't be carrying, right? I would definitely be carrying if I was this guy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, I've carried before when I've noticed like an uptick in just spiciness. So where I live, I don't know, the population is increasing drastically fast. And there's a place that opened up pretty close to me next to a place I frequent, right? And I don't know why, but there is cop cars out there every day arresting people and people fighting, and I'm sure somebody's died in that bitch. It's been open for 6 months, man, and there's just cops everywhere every single day, especially on Saturday, man. Especially on Saturday. And I'm like, what the hell is this garbage? So, you know, on the weekend, I started carrying because, bro, it's just Saturday scary. And I also have to say this. I have to say this real quick. It's a kid's place. It's fucking crazy. It is a kid's place, everybody. A children's like store / arcade for kids. And that shit has people getting arrested there every day. Somebody's already dead there probably. You know what I'm saying? Jay, he went looking for trouble and he found it. Looking for trouble, make it double. Hell yeah, Saul. Congratulations, brother. Congratulations, Saul. Rob Ross says, I'm always packing, brother. Chuck E. Cheese. No, hell no, man. Real life, Five Nights at Freddy's. No, brother. Stop. Jesus Christ, kids are getting violent. Well, Billy, it's not children. Robbie Van Gogh, what's up, buddy? Douglas, my man. Damn, everybody's here. It's like, no. Oh, shit. My man, that's funny as fuck, bro. God, I laughed so hard when Cecil said that the other day. I was like, no, that's not what I meant. Fucking Cecil. I texted him. I'm like, you motherfucker. That was funny as fuck. All right. Anyways, what was I talking about? Shit. It's not children. Okay. It's the parents of the children. Okay. It's the parents of the children. So parents will take their children to this like children's place, right? And then everybody just gets arrested and dies for some reason. It's the weirdest shit in the world. Don't make no damn sense. No sense has been made. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the idea behind that. It's kind of the idea behind that. I bet 5-year-olds are packing the heat. Shit. Legal Mindset did a video about this. We're going to pull up, and then we're going to move on to the OnlyFans girl. Big shout out to Billy Hatcher, the top dog of the day. I love you, buddy, with your $20 super chat. We're 1/10 of the way to Naked Snake goal for the 620th stream in a row. Thank you guys so much for all your love. All of your love. Hell yeah, appreciate you. We're closing in. Same issue with Chuck E. Cheese had. Yeah, dude. Oh, you know what? Here's a small story. 2 seconds. So when I was growing up, I used to go to this place called Aladdin's Castle. Okay. It was an arcade, you know, obviously. And I would play Tekken 2. It was a lot of fun. It was all good, man. It was all good, dude. But unfortunately, when I turned like 13 or 14, people started getting in fights and shit, getting shot. And they did. And a kid or a teenager, or I don't know, was shot there. They were shot, man. Done. And yeah, they closed that bitch down. They closed it down, brother. This is in Alabama. Speed Force says release the DMs. Ain't got any. Ain't got none. Speed Force. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Yeah, I felt pretty I was a little peeved and deleted everything and everybody in that situation. Whoopsie daisy. Renee Galarza with 2,000 kicks said there's a place called Skate Zone in South Atlanta. kids get arrested because of murder or attempted murder. It's crazy. What the fuck? What the fuck, brother? Jesus Christ, man. I'll never understand that shit. Arcades and shit. Man, when I was growing up, I was 9 or 10 years old. I go to the arcade and there's a bunch of little fat white kids just playing bullshit games, you know, and then our moms would come get us, you know? So, anyways, now you can't go to arcade anymore.
The Builder is facing decades in prison. We're getting that today for the full legal breakdown on the legal mindset we teach you to be around judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney. So
what's up, Wigginair? How you doing, buddy?
Let's jump right into it. In case you guys don't know, this is Dalton Levi Etherly, aka Chud the Builder. Now, I put him in the nuisance streamer category because his primary type of content is rage baiting people, essentially going out there for innocent bystanders, people on the street, people that are minding their own business, trying to say offensive things to them to get them to, well, be enraged and react back, film that, and farm that for content, clout, and money.
That's a very, very good comparison. That's a very, very good comparison because if you think like Chud the Builder is literally the American Johnny Somali, right? Right? Like literally. That makes a lot of sense. But the parents are worse than the vids. Just like that's what I'm saying, man. Like if you go to these arcades, the parents are batshit insane. It's not the kids freaking attacking people, it's the parents. The kids are like 9, 10, 15, or 11, 12. The parents are the ones attacking people. It's the weirdest shit.
And this is something that we see as a very, very common pattern with other streamers like Johnny Somali. He just happens to be in the US and happens to be, once again, cloaking this under the common veil of freedom of speech. But just like with Johnny Somali, sometimes the most heinous thing they do or the worst thing they do isn't actually the thing that ends up getting them in trouble. While everyone knows Dalton for dropping the N-bomb on people, in this case, what he's been charged with are multiple criminal charges in several counties, some of which have absolutely nothing to do with the language that he actually spoke. There's no possible argument.
I think everybody has the context now, right? So Chud the Builder, this Dalton guy, Dalton Levi Etherly, his thing was going around and saying the N-word to people, right? And trying to provoke them to freak the fuck out. That was kind of his deal.
For free speech, such as this video here, which we're going to look at, where he has an encounter in a restaurant, and we'll see how he deals with that restaurant.
But yeah, still here we are. Filming? We're live streaming.
So they're in an upscale restaurant in Nashville. So they're going to this restaurant, and right off the bat, they're saying, hey, are you filming? Like, we prefer if you don't do that. We don't want that in here. Very reasonable request, asked very nicely. And in almost all cases, if you're going into a business, if you're going into somewhere and they ask you nicely, you should comply with that. There's no reason why you need to force yourself as a live streamer into this situation and into a restaurant or place of business. But he doesn't give up. And we'll see here how he pushes.
I feel like that's so stressful. Like I could never be an IRL, guy or an IRL guy. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but I'm about to spam this because I realized I had a program open that has like 6,000 tabs on it. It was lagging a little bit. I'm like, it's lagging a little bit. And I was like, oh, I have something open. I have 6,000 things open over here.
Even further.
Oh, okay. What are you about to tell us we can't eat here?
See, he's making the assumption, he's pushing that assumption that, hey, you're going to kick us out of here. You're going to remove me from here. Well, that's because probably other places do that, and they have every right to do that. Something that Chud, a person who pretends to be standing for freedom of speech and the Constitution, should understand is that actually businesses have every single right and freedom themselves. Private individuals own these businesses, families own these businesses, and they have every right to kick you out of their private business because it is a very reasonable thing for a business to not want somebody who's yelling, being provocative, etc., on the table next to them while they're trying to eat their dinner, particularly in an upscale restaurant. But all of these nuisance streamers, such as Johnny Somali and Chud over here, they all think they are entitled to be in these places. They think that they own these places, and you'll see that play out.
I don't even think it's that they feel entitled. I think it's quite literally based on the fact that they understand that this is going to get viewership. Like people want to see, like they want to watch the world burn, right? People want to watch the world absolute burn down, and they will watch the hell out of that shit. And that's the thing. And I mean, it's not my thing. It's not my thing to watch. I don't know, like public. I can watch a quick public freak out thing where it's like two random guys getting like a bar fight outside. That's fine, or something goofy like that. But I don't know if I could watch somebody walk around and just provoke people while filming them. That would just make me annoyed. I get annoyed immediately. You know, that's just me though. Make sure you like the stream. We're 40 away from 200.
Restaurant. I'm live streaming this. Okay, you can turn that please.
So once again, the manager is now there. The manager has told him to turn it off. So now he's been told twice. But does Chud listen? No, of course he doesn't, right? He continues to stream. This is once again a pattern.
I don't understand why this is lagging so bad. I feel like I'm in the damn Twilight Zone right now. He was sucker punched outside a courthouse. Didn't have to do anything with this restaurant. Well, okay. I don't know if this is this. I don't think this is the same thing, but he got charged with dining and dashing a restaurant, right? So that's why apparently he was going to the courthouse that day. You know what I'm saying?
With these nuisance streamers, this is why they end up in run-ins with the law, because they just don't listen to people.
Exactly, dude. Lost everything, so he's burning the world. Yeah. 100%. Let me like maybe adjust this down or something. I don't know what's happening with this. It's just like freezing. Maybe it's it might just be StreamYard.
But when they're asked nicely,
I'm not. I'm just asking you not to record video, and that's fine. I'm just curious why I've got good money to spend here.
And this is the attitude here. So he's giving up his name. He thinks
yeah, I don't know. It's just lagging like a motherfucker. What's up, bro? Chairs peeing your router. Damn, that son of a bitch. That son of a bitch. How could you, Jur? How could you, brother? This is what he was in court for. Well, I didn't know if this was the exact instance, but he was at court basically because he dined and dashed, right? So he ate some food and then they wanted to kick him out, right? Matt MA says, what's the TLDR on this Chud guy? So Chud, he basically he's a provocative streamer. So what provocative streamers do is they film themselves like provoking people to freak the fuck out, right? That's what a provocative streamer is. And his is based around like saying racist shit, like saying some racist shit to people. Now, does that mean he can just be killed in the street and not be able to defend himself? No, I don't think so. But that's kind of what this is all about, right? So he gets attacked outside of a courthouse. He defends himself, but he's being charged with attempted murder, which requires intent, I'm pretty sure. And also his bail was set at $1.25 million. That is insanity. Absolute insanity. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, dude.
He's so popular. He thinks he's so important. He's, got this inflated sense of ego. Very common with nuisance streamers because they get virality, because they get these big clips that are trending. They get attention that they never had before. They also think they can buy people out. Chud said there, I have good money. He thinks he can just buy these people out, buy out their dignity, their peace and quiet, the way they run their business. I'm just going to walk in here and I'm going to own the place. That's the ego that Chud the Builder is bringing into this. And that's exactly the problem in these cases.
I believe in freedom of speech and the Constitution, and people are asking for it.
And this is what he's using as a shield here. He's saying, hey, I believe in freedom of speech, the Constitution, but that doesn't get you a free pass to come into somebody's business and do whatever you want. And
yeah, this is like the Karen defense, right? So Karens would be like, well, I can do this and I can do that. It's not against the law. It's like, yeah, but you're in a private business. You know what I'm saying? So the Constitution doesn't apply right here, right? So like, we can just trespass you. Right. But the Karen defense is like, you can't kick me out. This is a public place. It's like, it actually is not a public place at all. It's a private place. You know what I'm saying? It's a private place. That's just how this works. This is how, But at any rate, this doesn't care when people turn on boomer tier. Chud, terrible attitude, still allowed to say mean words and not get in prison. Yeah, sure. Then that's kind of the entire idea around this whole case, right? Is this dude might be an asshole. He might say some fucked up stuff and all that thing across the board. But does that mean that he is not allowed to defend himself in a certain situation? And I think most people would agree, or I don't know if I should say most, but I would think most would agree that that's reasonable. You know what I'm saying? That's completely reasonable. You should be able to defend yourself regardless or not if you're an asshole. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where this is all boiling down. And the issue is that the guy has seen it. He is seen and perceived as such an asshole that this is looking spicy, right?
Just take over that business. It doesn't give you permission to also record people without their consent. They've already told you no. The guy put his hand up. He clearly did not want to be on video. This isn't the same as two influencers that are arguing with each other on the internet. This isn't people that have consented to be part of the insanity and be part of the craziness. This is just people that are trying to go about their day. Normal people just trying to live their lives. And this perhaps is why there needs to be more action to shut down this type of nuisance streaming. So now that we've seen the restaurant incident, let's look at the courthouse incident facts.
All right, here we go.
The news that everybody is talking about now is the courthouse incident. A lot of people have looked past that restaurant incident, which just happened days earlier. I think it's very relevant as it shows escalation. But this courthouse incident is what may land him in jail for decades.
Ooh.
So on May 13th, 2026, around 1:15 p.m., outside the Montgomery County Courthouse in Clarksville, Millennium Plaza Courtyard, a public area with bystanders, surveillance, Etherly was there for a civil matter. He was allowed to be there. He got into a verbal confrontation with Joshua Fox, a 31-year-old Army veteran, also a father. Now, people are also reporting that he may have been stalking him. There may have been other facts that may come out, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But per the arrest warrant, Etherly turned into a bladed stance. He reached...
And we talked about that earlier, right? So the guy that attacked him, the Joshua guy, right, has a link, like Joshua Fox has a lengthy criminal record. So what does that mean? How does that change things, right? Because there is this thing, and look, this isn't like as a defense to Chud the Builder either, but there's this thing that happens where people will be described completely differently than you would think, right? So it's like, oh, he's a father, right? So somebody got like attacked, and it's like, well, a father was attacked. And it's like, yeah, okay. What does that mean? He's a father? Like, what else does he do? Like, is that his life? He's just a father? No, it's like, oh, okay, there's these other things. Well, he's a veteran. Okay, well, that's cool, but what else? Right? And Pork Report says, I heard Josh Fox try to kill his wife with a screwdriver. Exactly. There you go. So that's the other things. That's the other stuff there, right? The other stuff, which will come out. You know, Kylie Goff, what's up, brother? How you doing, buddy? Who cares if he's already been father released? That's what I'm saying. But like, you know, it's one of those. It's like the cliche. He was just a high school kid, and they put up a picture of a 9-year-old that's 18. Half Irish is here. What's up? Happy birthday, Peachy Peachy. I didn't know your peachy birthdays. Chud the Innocent. How you doing? How you doing? Chud the Innocent. It is for a couple more hours. Hell yeah. But yeah. By the way, again, if I haven't mentioned it in a little while, I can't stream tomorrow because immediate family member suddenly and it's not suddenly, it's just stuff went south really quickly. I have an immediate family member that has been on a liver transplant list for a long time, and it went south Sunday, so they have surgery tomorrow morning. So after this stream, a few hours after the stream, I got to drive a couple hours south to the hospital and hang out there all day, so I won't be able to stream. But I'll be back Wednesday, of course, with the Loki stream, because my boy, my dog. If you guys have been watching for a long time, my dog Loki sits in the back of the stream sometimes on the couch. Yeah, he's pretty much done. He's real old and he can't move anymore, and he's just falling apart, man. So Wednesday's a Loki stream. I'm gonna have him on there so you guys can say hey to him and give him some love. And Thursday's the day, unfortunately. So give him some love. He's a good boy. He's been around for a long time, and we love him. So anyways, let's continue.
For a firearm in his jacket pocket first, a physical fight ensued, and Etherly fired multiple shots. Fox was struck, requiring emergency surgery and an airlift to Vanderbilt. Etherly was grazed in the arm, self-inflicted. During the struggle, ricocheting bullets hit nearby walls, and Etherly claimed self-defense, alleging that he was punched first, sucker punch, as most reports from his side are saying. But the warrant and the evidence emphasize he initiated the gun reach. The courthouse was briefly locked down. So that's what went down on that day. So with that shoot, let's look at what criminal charges happened overall, both including the courthouse and even the restaurant, because as with all nuisance streamers, you have to lump these things together. So from that restaurant incident, he actually ended up walking out on the bill. So he not only was in there being, being rowdy in the beginning, not wanting to turn off his camera, but he actually walked out on that bill. And so he got hit with theft of services, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest. And there's actually video of him being arrested.
There's another green one just like it right here.
Yeah, they're on the court right here, man.
The same one?
Thanks, sir. You're under arrest.
What did I do? Okay. Can you lock it?
Now, those are all misdemeanors, but he's facing all felonies in Montgomery County, Clarksville. So in Clarksville, he's facing attempted criminal hunt. He's facing use of a firearm during a, which all of these things are felonies, aggravated assault, and reckless endangerment. So what are the penalties for this? Well,
oof. Here's the penalties. He's a bad shot. Sparky says, who did the WWW song? A guy named Haggis. Haggis did it. Renee Galarza. Oh, Haggis. Yeah, he's good. He's a good dude. And the guy looks like a PBR ad character. He does, dude. He really, really does. He straight up does, man. Absolutely insane. Hey, make sure you guys do me a favor on the YouTube side. And if you're on YouTube, like the show. We're about to hit 200. Give it some love.
For the Davidson County, Nashville charges, he's facing up to 11 months and 29 days in jail with fines. Now, typically this would be probation. He'd get a slap on the wrist. But now that he's looking at these other charges, I bet the prosecutors there in Davidson County are going to be ramping up their charges and ramping up their push for a more heavy sentence than they might have elsewise. With the Montgomery County charges, he's facing up to 60 years behind bars just for the attempted homicide alone. Now, the other 3 charges can stack up, and those can add to potentially decades behind bars. The real thing that will get him is the mandatory minimum. If Chud the Builder is hit with all of those charges, he will absolutely be locked away for a very, very long time. Now, let's look at the self-defense analysis, because this is the
That is insanity, man. Imagine going to jail for 60 years for something like that, you know? Especially something that's like really spur of the moment, really quick. What's up, Levistro? How you doing, brother? Something that's very, very quick, spur of the moment, something you didn't expect, you know? Whew. Yeah, Joe Sheena, exactly. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of time. Oh my God, it's a lot of time. All right. I'm gonna put an hour? What time is it? Yeah, an hour. I'll be live. Snack goal. Snack goal putting a super chat goal on the YouTube side. Appreciate you guys for the goal boys, the goal boy raid for the snake. The snake. Wait, was it Chud who dined and dashed? Celtic? Yes. So in that previous video, Chud the Builder dined and dashed. Okay. So he got hit with misdemeanor charges, and that's why he was at the courthouse. And that's when he got, attacked and shot that guy, right? So straight says he'll probably take a plea bargain. That would be what I would expect. Depending on what it is. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what it is. We'll see. Not a Tennessee prison. Oh, Jesus.
Real debate. The real debate is, was this self-defense? Now, Tennessee has a stand your ground law. So in Tennessee, it requires 4 things: lawful presence, lawful conduct, reasonable belief of the need for force, proportionality, and no initial aggressor. So you have to have all of those things. And this is an affirmative defense. So if the prosecutors can actually knock out one of these elements, just one of these things, he's guilty, because you have to admit that you did it. You have to say, I shot the guy, but here's my defense. So if they knock out your defense, all you're left with is, I shot the guy. That's literally all that's left of that analysis. So when you actually apply that to Chud's case, there's some arguments pro
Chud. I love how he laid this out. Billy with the first goal boy of the goal. 9 to go. Thank you, Billy. He says, let's go. Also, Chud's kind of lame. It's like in high school years if he had one. Well, I don't know, man. I think it depends on perspective, right? Some people just, things affect them less than other people, right? That, and this just doesn't bother him. He's fine with it. He's completely fine with fucking with people. I could never do it, but maybe he does. You got to abolish the intent. You still have to establish the intent to kill. Well, that's the thing, is they're going to use that tweet, right? That's what they're going to do. They're going to use that tweet. That's what's going to happen. They're gonna be like, okay, here's this tweet of him saying apparently that he's gonna do something, right? And this is like with the finale of him like laying in the dirt, right? So that's what they're gonna try to use, obviously,
against Chud. First of all, he's in a public place where he had the right to be, so the lawful presence, lawful conduct. We're gonna assume that it doesn't appear at the time Chud was committing a crime, although we'll have to see how the ultimate facts play out and all the reports happen. We also have claims from Chud's side that Joshua Fox actually punched first. And if you combine this with, once again, reports of him being the stalker, of him following him, etc., then you might say, okay, this is the person who provoked this, the person who started this. But that's not where the analysis ends. And you do have to look at the other elements, such as proportionality and reasonableness. And I think this is where you might have some trouble. Now, another factor is, to argue the anti-Chud side, the arrest warrant, where we actually have the facts. And mind you, there were over 100 witnesses there that day. So there were many, many people watching this, observing this, and they were looking at this and saying, okay, what happened here? And getting that into the police report. So looking at what was actually written down, it states that he escalated the belated stance and reaching for the gun.
Gerald said he shot himself. He's a loser. When I read that, I was like, oh, shit. That is kind of sad. That's a little sad. He shot himself. I'm like, oh, why'd you do that, brother? Come on, man. Bronca had a great video over this. Oh, good. We'll pull that up, Clarko. Oh, yeah. Thank you, buddy. Charitard, this should be an open and shut case, but people want to crucify him for antics that have nothing to do with the event or the grave. That's what we've been talking about. Yeah. So basically, he's being crucified, right? He's being crucified for his online persona and not for the case itself. And I think that's going to be something that like makes it go the other way, right? When they start playing this all out. So, you know, somebody says, Rob says, not open shut, really. Well, no, like, yeah, exactly, Charitard. But what Charitard's saying is it should be, is what he's saying, you know? So
that's going to be escalation under a stand your ground self-defense analysis. So that's not going to look good. Also, it generally does not look good when you have non-deadly force, a punch, versus deadly force of multiple shots. Now, before anybody gets out there and goes crazy, yes, punches can sometimes be something you respond to deadly force with. For example, if someone's punching you in the head, that can be treated as deadly force and you can respond accordingly. However, in general, for example, if you're just getting body punched or just a regular punch, typically a regular punch is something that you don't respond with a gun, and that's proportionality, right? So if your response is above the level where it should be, that's going to be failing.
Leslie Nope. Said Chud's post will be used as his intention. He's a dumbass who posts most regarded stuff online. Yeah. He's one of those guys, right? He's one of those guys. It's like, you know how like Melanie Mack, the thing that she got like kind of big for a second was just like saying the F slur all the time. That's like this guy. That's the same thing, right? And the fact of the matter is the background of the guy that he shot and all that's going to be factored into this, right? Alpha says Chud's cooked. He should plea out for 20 to 25. That's better than face 60. Yeah. I would say so, right?
A self-defense analysis. If someone punches you, typically you'd punch them back. That's a fist fight. You get in a fist fight. You're not drawing a knife or a gun or something else in that scenario. Now, the other thing is the bystanders, the bullets were ricocheting and going around, and that goes to the reasonableness of him pulling out his gun and firing multiple shots at Joshua Fox, because they're going to look at that and they're going to say, is that a reasonable use of force? Did he use more force than was necessary in this scenario?
Oof. What is a regular punch? Fruit punch? Cheritar says the ambush is a sign of deadly intent, in my opinion. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree, right? But the issue is they have to prove he had like a premeditated intent on killing somebody at the place where he was attacked, right? Which again, like, you know, like was said before in chat with Leslie, his posts are going to be used to kind of, you know, character assassinate him to get to that end goal, I think. Thank you, Charitard. I appreciate you. I love you. Mount Charon with 500 kicks says, off to work. Peace out. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you, brother. Celtic says, I'm starting to dislike Chud the more I learn about him. He seems like a creep, but I still disagree with the charge. It's clearly an agenda to send us wrong. Well, that's what I said earlier, you know? I said he's really cringe. What's jovial? He's really cringe. You know, but does that mean he can't defend himself? I don't know. Right? So
the other factor, which I think is massive, and I do think plays into the overall analysis, particularly reasonableness, is the fact that he was live streaming and that he had a documented history of confrontations. So he was live streaming to get the rage bait. That's why he exists on the internet. That's what he does. That's how he makes his money, is by getting people to rage. And because of that, you can see that when combined with the history, combined with other things he's done, as showing, hey, this guy was trying to provoke this, and this was the natural, in fact, even normal.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point that his entire reason of existence is to provoke, you know? And also, like Alpha said, going to the courthouse armed, probably not a good idea, you know? So that's my opinion. 15 likes from 200, by the way, on YouTube. Spam it. Spam that bad boy.
Reasonable expected outcome was for this type of thing to happen. Here's my judgment. Based on all of the warrants and all we have for the affidavits and all the evidence we've gotten from the actual government, I think Chud's self-defense argument is likely to lose. I also think that a jury of normal people, even conservative people in conservative Tennessee, most normal people that are not internet brained, are going to look at this and say, yeah, Chud, you went beyond what was reasonable. The force you used here was beyond reason. His other actions while live streaming also deserve jail time. You have to look at the totality of what he is doing, going into private businesses and trying to tell them what to do, to dictate what they do, to be disorderly, be disruptive. All these things deserve punishment because people will come out and copycat these things. People will see these actions, see the virality, see the news, and they will try to be the next Johnny Somali, Chud the Builder, etc. They will do these things.
It reminds me of that guy that used to, I think it was in the UK, like London or something, he would live stream or film himself just running into random people's houses and like knocking stuff over while they're just sitting there. That's fucking weird. That's some cringe ass shit. And I don't like that. You know, it's very weird gray area, right? But I don't like that. I've never liked that kind of IRL weird shit that people have been doing for years. You know what I'm saying? Fidelio, what's up, brother? How you doing? Don't forget, we got one goal boy from Billy out of the 10 on top of the goal. I don't know how many minutes left, probably 45. God, I forgot to eat again. God, I'm so stupid, man. I forget to eat all the time. And it's just my stomach's always messed up. I don't know if I'm just getting old. But yeah, I forgot to eat again. And my stomach just out of nowhere just started imploding. Don't forget, we're a pink and a red boy away from a rainbow night. Charitar says this feels like Gypsy. Yeah, dude, Gypsy Crusader, man. Woo, that guy's wild as hell, man. Wild. Is a wild man. I love Zia. Same. Jackass, well, CKY kind of started some of this shit. Yeah, but it was very tame as far as what they did with other people. Right? They would more like prank. They would do skits in front of people for the reaction. They wouldn't like attack people or, you know, say really over the top stuff, you know, and they, you know what I'm saying? It was pretty tame as far as that went. They would skateboard and fall down in front of somebody and scream, you know, that was kind of as far as it went. So, you know, I've always liked Jackass and, you know, CKY stuff. But as far as watching these IRL streamers, I don't know what it is, but it like makes me cringe, want to die every time I see it. Sean, savior of the universe. CKY was more involved in all that. I still have the tapes. Yeah, brother. Hell yeah, dude. Tenderloins, you ain't lying. That's probably what I'm gonna eat later. You know, what's up, Derek Huda? Yeah, I have to drive a few hours after this stream. I got to do a drive down south a few hours. Somebody in my immediate family is having a liver transplant, so I got to go down there. And I'm assuming everything's gonna be all right, but I'm a little scared about it. I don't really care for this week. I gotta be honest. I gotta do that, and then my dog is Thursday. My dog Loki. So I'm trying. Yeah, man. I'm trying to not let shit get to you, man. It's rough. But all you can do is keep pushing forward. Something Sledge told me today. He's like, you just gotta shake it off. You gotta fucking shake it off, man. I'm like, I'm trying. I'm shaking as hard as I can, man. So
Absolutely. And if there is not a harsh punishment for nuisance streamers, there's going to be an infinite amount of copycats tomorrow. And part of the law is to disincentivize this behavior, to say, hey, you know what? You shouldn't be doing this. And I think Chud definitely needs some prison time in this case. The other factor I'll point in at the end here is his bail was set at $1.25 million, and he did have a absolute hilarious reaction to that.
So we're gonna have a bail.
I'm gonna set just a bond right now to have our bail hearing. Then I'll let you make all the arguments. We can go through all the factors in the statute and see if that gets amended up or down. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to set initial bond at 1.25 million. 1.25 million.
You see the big oof there for Chud. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, that's crazy. Oh, this is two-tiered. Oh, this is insane. Well, there's a lot of factors you have to consider here. First of all, he was already out on bond for the Nashville charges. People are forgetting about that factor. The other thing is, and this is a massive factor, is that he's live streaming, profiting on
that. Is a good point. So he was already out on bond. Okay. CJ Costin says, you hear about the ex-cop from West Virginia that kidnapped a girl in 2022 and her remains were found and he was arrested Friday? No, I need to look that up, dude. Well, you know, similarly, I don't know if I should say similarly, but we were talking about this bond and how it compares with other cases. And there was a guy that, now he didn't kidnap the girl, but I mean, she's been missing for 8 days and he was found with her body. And he had been like defiling her body for 8 days. And he only had a $15,000 bond. Like, who sets these things? Right? Now, obviously, like I said, he was out on bond before. So that kind of probably goes into this 1.25 million. You know, Garretar says, cuck judge. He's a cuck judge. I tell you what, he's in the cuck chair right now. Thank you, Garretar. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Don't forget, we have 10 goal boy goal on the top of the chat. 1 out of 10. Big shout out to Billy for joining the parade. The gold parade.
So one of the thoughts of the judge is, hey, you're going to go out here and you're going to end up live streaming and getting into this again. You're going to be funded by your community. And seeing the Give Send Go pumped up to 200K, that it's a very good reason to say he might be funded to get out there and be engaging in this and endangering the community once again. So making it a barrier to prevent him from going out there and engaging in further nuisance streaming. So while some people may think this is very high, I actually think this is not out of line for this type of case. But I want to know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will catch you.
Oof, yeah. It's very interesting, man. It's very, very interesting. Let's pull up Bronca, because Bronca's always got some interesting. Bronca's a really, really smart dude when it comes to self-defense stuff, right? And I'm sure he's got something. He's got something right now. Chud's bail is higher than actual killers. Yeah, let's pull that up. That'd be a good one.
The bail thing, because this was really great.
All right, Bronca. I've hung out with Bronca before. I played piano for him one time. It was nice. It was a nice time.
Great work. And I don't know this account, personally, like I don't know this guy's name. I mean, we have DM'd a little bit, but I really like his work here. So that's what I wanted to share with you. He's talking about the bail stuff because Dalton was hit with $1.25 million in bail. Now, I've seen big bails.
Oh my gosh, Kali Goff. Holy cheeks, brother. Whew, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Kali Goff. Oh my God. He says Chud reached a plea deal. He has to sit through Chrissy Mayer's stand-up. The chair would be easier. Oh. Thank you, Kali Goff. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. For your love, man. It means a lot to me, man. It's been a wild day. Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Love you. Thank you so much for the giant pink boy. What a good dude you are. Appreciate you, man. Whew. Yeah. Been a weird headspace last day or so, right? Because I'm already not looking forward to the Thursday because my dog, and then I get a call about this liver transplant. I'm like, what is happening? This is 1 week. It's a 4-day period in between all this. Why is this happening? Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. We're only one red away. Joe says Jared's orange sweat skid marks. No, not the oranges. Get everybody in kick. Give my boy Kyle some bees, please. Oh, did you see that on Carified? Did you see that on Michael Knowles' video? He did a video with Melanie Mack, and Michael Knowles was like, can anybody explain the oranges in the comments? And I'm like, no, don't do it. No. It's like that scene in Interstellar where he's like, don't go. That's what it reminded me of.
I believe Rittenhouse was $2 million. It was $1 million, but that was in 2012. So you adjust that to 2026, Zimmerman's bail was effectively $1.5 million in today's money. Archetype theory. And it seems like a great account. I just became aware of him recently, but I follow him on X, so I would encourage you to take a look at what he does there. He writes, I went back 8 years into the Montgomery County Public Court records. I built 3 automated scrapers, pulled over 10,000 criminal cases from that courthouse, scanned hundreds of news articles, and cross-referenced every finding against the court's own system. He says, tomorrow, I'm releasing the full report, every case, charge, and bail amount side by side with the $1.25 million bond demanded of Dalton. He writes, we will see what the specific people in this courthouse considered appropriate bail for confessed child killers, not attempted killers, double murderers, convicted felons who killed multiple people, murder defendants who fled the state, which should require a higher bond, right? The purpose of the bond is that you don't flee, that you show up to court. Murder defendants who were rearrested while already out on bond. The numbers are worse than you think. And the bail amounts I found were the initial amounts, maybe likely reduced further at a subsequent hearing. The bail hearing for Dalton is May 21st, so this week. This data will be in his attorney's hands before then, and every media outlet willing to report on it, and most important, you sharing it. Pray for Dalton.
This is going to blow this one open, Robbie. Yeah. He legalizes as not a criminal defense attorney. Yeah. Thank you, Leslie. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, it's gonna be very, very interesting as far as comparing all these things.
So let's see if I can make this bigger. Under the Tennessee Constitution says excessive bail shall not be required. And here's Dalton Etherly versus Montgomery County, other bail comparisons. Infant rape and murder. The bond was $100,000. Dalton got $1.25 million for a non-fatal use of force event.
Oh.
Murder, rearrested, $125,000. Attempted murder, which is the most serious charge brought against Dalton, $252,000. So a full $1 million lower than Dalton Etherly got. Average of 16 murder cases, $348,000. So roughly $900,000 less than Dalton was asked to put up. Murder median, about the same. Double murder, by a felon, $750,000. Double homicide, $1 million. And then double homicide, he killed 2 people. Etherly, Dalton Etherly, Chud the Builder, didn't kill anyone. Attempted murder. Arguably, self-defense. 1.2, because a lot of these cases, there is no articulable self-defense narrative. But here,
using him as an example, right? Using him as an example. That's what's going on here. By the way, big shout out to Kyle for that pink boy earlier. I appreciate you, brother. That got us 2 out of 10 for the gold boy raid on the top. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for supporting your boy.
there is 1.2, 1.25, I believe, was the total bond. Same account. Another post writes, District Attorney Robert Nash, who's the DA in this district, was appointed by Governor Bill Lee November 8th, 2021, then won election. The DAs they're politicians. They run for election. Here's every murder and attempted murder case with bail under his tenure. And I think are these the same ones in the chart? Some of them are the same.
Yeah, Troy says that kid that stabbed the other kid in the heart is sitting in a mansion playing PS5 right now. You're right. Yeah, you're right. I saw a post talking about that like yesterday, the day before.
Somebody shot and killed someone in a robbery, $10,000. $10,000. Second degree murder in a robbery, $25,000. Second degree murder, weapon aggravated assault, $25,000. Attempted murder, $50,000. First degree murder, $50,000. Someone actually died, still 25 times lower than the Dalton Etherly. Of course, a whole bunch of these. Tennessee statute 40-11-118 requires a bail to be set as low as necessary to assure appearances. That's the purpose of bail, that when you're asked to come to court, you'll show up. If you don't show up, you forfeit the bail. That's the purpose of the bail. The Tennessee Constitution prohibits excessive bail. District Attorney Nash's own website says he ensures the criminal justice system is fair to all involved and follows the law as written. And then he provides contact information for that DA. I mean, you can make a note of this if you want. I would say, yeah, he says it here. Do not engage in any harassment. Simply let him know the data is available. We have the data. And then he has a nice graphic he had generated here about all this, all the comps here, different violent crimes, often involving murders or multiple murders or offenses against children. The black bars are what they were asked to put up for in bond. And then we have the Dalton Etherly bond.
Look, this is more talking about the bail itself. Like, this isn't to defend what he did. This isn't to defend what he does as far as streaming or as a provocateur or whatnot, or is even talking about free speech at this point anymore or self-defense. The fact of the matter is the bail is so abnormally high that it doesn't really make a lot of sense, right? And that's what everybody has a strange problem with. Look, I'm not going to do what he does. I don't like what he does. I don't like nuisance streamers. I don't like people that provoke people. I've never been about that. But that being said, there's obviously something going on. Damn mockeries. Oh my God. 2 likes from 100. And we're a third of the way to Naked Snake. Thank you, Kylie Goff, by the way. Appreciate you, brother. The new top dog. Shout out to Renee Galarza over on Kick. Appreciate you, brother. Here we go.
So in this context, I mean, I've not done this research, obviously. This is this gentleman's work. But in this context, this looks horrific. This looks like an egregious miscarriage of justice.
Yep.
This $1.25 million bond. Now, we'll see what happens. So what we have now is an initial bond. There will be a bail hearing. And in the bail hearing, evidence can be presented. Evidence like this. So I presume they're providing this to Jacob Fenley, I think is the name of the defense attorney for Dalton. I presume he's been provided with this and he should use it as evidence before the judge who's going to assign a more durable bail amount, which could, would hopefully be lower. I mean, it's not like Dalton Etherly really has the resources to flee, right? He's not some rich guy with a plane and he's going to disappear. I mean, Dalton doesn't have any resources, not that I can tell, other than what might have been generated by the Give, Send, Go. But by the way, sometimes, and I want to make clear, this is not a reason not to donate to Dalton. If you want to donate, that's, I'm not telling you not to do that. But sometimes prosecutors will argue to judges that a much higher level of bond is required precisely because the defendant managed to raise $1 million or $2 million in a Give, Send, Go or GoFundMe or whatever platform they used.
Well, what about the kid that stabbed the other kid, right? That I don't think that was really factored in, unless I guess it's factored in because of who they are prior to it, I guess, maybe,
And because that enables the defendant, before they might not have had the resources to attempt to flee, but now they do have resources. And therefore we need a higher bond. Basically, it's also a trick. It's a scheme that prosecutors can use. Prosecutors are very sensitive to your level of resources. If you're a defendant, they're very well aware of your level of resources because your level of resources determines how much of a legal defense you can present, which determines how hard you will be to convict, right? It's like a war, right? So each army wants to know, well, what are the resources of the other side, right? So they know what they need to bring to the table. The prosecution's resources are effectively infinite, for all practical purposes. Most defendants don't have any resources, but the more resources they have, they can hire someone like me, right? They can hire arguably a better class of lead attorney. They can have a bigger legal team. All these things matter. How much resources you can bring to a legal.
Yeah, I clarify. Tennessee, as far as the justice system, is very strange. Very, very strange. Let me I have a thought. Am I wrong here? Let's see. Where is this at? Okay, never mind. This is Wisconsin. All right. I was like, where did this one case happen? Cheritar says Carmelo killed Austin and won the lottery. Yeah, I mean, I guess sometimes it pays, right? Sometimes it pays. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it pays. Oh my God. Sometimes it pays. All right.
Fight is the same as any other fight. And prosecutors are very sensitive to this. They like prosecuting people who don't have a lot of resources because it makes their job easier. And they know prosecuting people with a lot of resources is more difficult, maybe insurmountable. That's what happened with Alec Baldwin, right? In his shooting case, his manslaughter case on the set of Rust. He escaped justice, in my view, because of the exceptional level of resources he was able to bring to that trial, Alec Baldwin. And so say you're a guy like Dalton, Etherly, and you're not wealthy.
Donna, what's up, Donna? How you doing?
You don't have a lot of resources. The prosecution knows this. They're like, oh, cool. All right, great. This is the kind of scenario we like. I have a lot of resources. This defendant has hardly anything. And it sounds like he's been assigned, I'll call it a public defender, like his attorney's assigned to him on an indigent basis. Every state does the public defender thing differently. I'm not sure how they do it in Tennessee or in Montgomery County. In Colorado or in Massachusetts, this would be like a professional public defender who's employed by the state. But in any case, I believe Dalton doesn't have any resources to speak of. But what if he raises $1 million and if his gifts then go? In fact, can we find that out? I don't have the link for it. Let me see if I can pull it up. Help the Chud and his family. Here's the page. Here, I'll share the page for any of you who might want to donate. So help the Chud and his family, and it's
Help the Chud. I don't know why it's so like just the word Chud is just throwing my ass. TMS Squid says, just a reminder, the Tennessee justice system is very corrupt. Just look at what they are trying to do with the whistling. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what Carify said as well. 100%. Thank you. Thank you, TMS Squid. I love you. Appreciate you. They did maybe, yeah. Help the Chud. Help the Chud.
Sendgo.com help Chud. In fact, I'll put that in the chat. And it looks like they had a goal of 100,000. They've raised about $250,000. I hate to say it, he's going to need more than $250,000. But in any case, say he raised $1 million or $2 million, right? Now the prosecutor's thinking, oh, wait a minute. This guy Dalton, he's not indigent. He doesn't have scarce resources. He's got a lot of resources. He's got $1 million or $2 million of resources to use for his legal defense. What can I do about that? Well, one thing he can do is the prosecutor can go to the judge and say, we need a higher bond. This guy's raised so much money, $1 million, $2 million bucks. He's now a flight risk. So we want you, Your Honor, to require a bond of him of $1 million.
Yeah.
Well, now that money's not available for your legal defense, right? You're out on bond, having put up $1 million, and that's where the money went. It's not available to pay your legal defense anymore.
Oof, man, that's insane, dude. Would you help the Chud, Rob? Would you help the Chud? It says, whatever he raises, there's a chance nowadays some people will protest it and it'll be taken away. Hopefully nobody caves like the previous 8 years. Yeah, so that's one thing that's very interesting is there's a lot of cases where somebody they'll have a big gifts and go or a big, GoFundMe or something to that nature, and it'll just get smashed into the ground. Like they can't even utilize it. Now, I'm not being specific in any way, shape, or form, but that's what I'm saying is like this happens so much that, I don't know. Should they be able to? I feel like in some cases it seems like they shouldn't, and they get to, right? That's the weirdest part about all this. You know what I'm saying? And that's what goes to show that what it boils down to is, like we said earlier, and now granted, this is Alabama. I don't know about Alabama boys, but we pulled this case up earlier in Alabama, right? Where that's the wrong thing. So in Northport, Alabama, Randall DeJourney, 44, was caught abusing the corpse of Karen Hollis, who is 23, a woman who went missing 8 days earlier. So that implies, right? That kind of implies that he might have kidnapped this girl. I don't really know, but that's kind of what it seems like. He had been charged with abuse of a corpse and giving a $15,000 cash bond. It's just very interesting. You know what I'm saying? What the hell are we talking about? How do we come to between the two things? And the only thing I can think of is the fact that they're using the knowledge that he might be able to garner a lot of money for bail. Speaking specifically of Chud, right? That's what I'm thinking, and that's why they set it at such a high bond, right? In my opinion, I don't know. That's kind of what Bronco was alluding to as well. So I don't know, man. Very spooky shit, dude. He'd be in less trouble if he'd actually robbed a bank. A lot of people say that, Joe. They'll be like, "Man, he should have just killed somebody instead of attempting to kill somebody." Right? Like, it doesn't make any sense, right? It's very, very strange. But we'll see. We'll see. I think he shouldn't use it for bond and should get a better lawyer. Well, I mean, as far as legal representation goes, I think he'll be all right, But I don't know how it plays out, right? As far as it's like Legal Mindset said, I think it's going to end up him serving some kind of time, Yeah, Shogun, I don't necessarily disagree with that sentiment. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily disagree. The judge has a soft spot for bank robbers. No. Look at the bees. I see bees. I see bees in the kick. How you guys doing, man? How you guys doing? They got a soft spot. All right, let's move on. We're talking about Chud the Builder for 2 damn hours. We got to watch this freaking OnlyFans interview, which I'm sure some of you have seen at this point, or at least seen a clip from, but it's very, very awkward. Make sure you guys do me a favor on the YouTube side and like the show. Spam the hell out of that like button as hard as you can. Get the hell on it, dog on it. And don't forget, we're almost halfway to Naked Snake. One $100 super chat from a Rainbow Knight and 8 gold boys from the goal. The goal on the top of the screen. All right. Appreciate you guys. Sorry, I'm a little bit low energy today. I can't go to sleep tonight. Unfortunately, I got to drive to the hospital at 6 a.m. I guess. I think 5, 4, 6, something like that. Somebody in my immediate family is having a liver transplant out of nowhere. Now, granted, they've been on the list for a while because they've been having issues for a long time. But yeah, tonight's the night, so I got to drive up there. So have them in your thoughts and prayers if you don't mind. Appreciate you. Yeah, Joe, you ain't lying, brother. You ain't lying. All right, let's pull this video up. Pull the video up. It has been a hell of a one, huh? It's been a hell of a one. All right. Boop. All right, so let's pull this up. I've been wanting to watch this for a while. Thank you, Gold Coast. Appreciate you. Appreciate you for your stop. All right, time for some cringe, boys. It's time for cringe. If only I was Zia. I just gotta say, man, when you see stuff like this, whoo. You see some stuff like this, you're like, what the fuck? We will miss Loki. Yeah. I don't even want to think about it, man. I'm gonna get all fucked up. So I ain't trying to get fucked up on stream, brother. Look at all them bees. That's what I'm trying to do, Shogun. That's what I'm trying to do, man. Thank you. All right. So this OnlyFans girl, Alice Rosenblum, met her top spender on OnlyFans. And he looks about what you would think like, right? This is going to go very poorly. And I got to think, it's Billy with a beard. I got to think that if you were ever in this situation where you were an OnlyFans girl and you met your top spender, it would always be the worst thing you could ever imagine. Because they're not going to be a strong-jawed, sexy, ripped guy, that's rich. Well, I guess he is rich, right? But they're not going to be the guy that you want. It's going to be the worst motherfucker on the planet. You know what I'm saying? It's like Skytex. Skytex is a heavy spender on OnlyFans, right? It's just how it is, Skytex, Thank you, Tony McTrains. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you for the jewels, brother. Appreciate you. One $100 super chat after Kylie Goss Pink Boy till a Rainbow Night. Thank you guys so much. I'm about to throw up. I might have to eat a protein bar, guys. I'm about to literally vomit. I just can't eat anymore. I'm having trouble. Oh, I'm having trouble. People keep having health issues, and it's just one of those weeks, boys. You ever have one of those weeks or I guess one of those days or weeks or months where you don't see yourself on the other side of it? And I'm not saying literally, I'm saying you just can't imagine a world that's past it. You know what I'm saying? Where you're like, oh, I'm gonna finally be past these things. You don't ever think about it, you know? So that's how I feel. I'm like, I can't even imagine Friday happening, you know, with Loki and my family and all this weird stuff happening all at the same time. Can't even imagine existing on Friday with all of it being behind me, you know?
It's nice to finally meet you. You're
Thanks,
much
Eric,
better in
guys.
person.
What?
Oh my God, no! This is gonna be terrible. Holy ass! Oh God, Jesus, no! I don't know if I can watch this. Eric Kayas, I love you, brother. Art says Nick's having one of those days. He's threatening to grape it. I don't know what's happening. I do not know what's happening. I saw that today, and I'm like, what's happening, brother? Oh, turn the volume up. Oh, I'm gonna, Scott Tex. I'm gonna. Minnie says, yeah, it's been a couple months like that. It's kind of been that way for me, but understatement. Understatement, you know? Understatement. Right now, anyway.
You're much better in person.
Fatter?
Yeah.
Fatter? But in a good way, right? Like fat PHAT.
Motherfucker's gonna charge back. Oh my God.
I think that's how this works, right? He's probably trying, you know what he's probably trying to do here? He's probably trying to roast her a little bit. You ever met somebody that's like autistic and they think, you know, they watch people that are friends roast each other, you know, in a nice way, because that's what friends do. They call each other gay and stuff like that. And then they try to do it and it's the worst thing ever. You know what I'm saying? They'll walk up to you and be like, you're ugly and I hope you die. And you're like, whoa, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? They're like, oh, I'm just joking. I'm like, it doesn't sound like a joke, brother. Doesn't sound like a joke at all. Okay? Sounds like you want me dead and you think I'm ugly. That's what it sounds like, you know? All right, anyways, here we go. Here we go. Imagine Kurt and Soul Law in this situation. That's what it's like. That's what it's like. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's exactly like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, he watched too many red pill videos thinking me. Yeah, yeah. All right, here we go.
So what kind of things are you into?
I don't really want to talk to you after you said that. That was so mean.
But he gets a pass. Like, he's giving you like millions, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's actually 100 grand. I might be wrong though. I saw like a community note that said he only spent 100 grand. I mean, he only spent 100 grand on her. Come on, guys.
Anything you want to say about yourself?
God, this is terrible. This is making my skin crawl, man.
Why are you looking at me?
Because I'm scared.
Motherfucker, I'm scared.
Nice to finally meet you. Are you guys dead ass right now? I'm like, I don't know.
No, like, it's literally dead ass. Like, it's not even a troll.
Oh.
Like, most of them are like the scripted fake podcast, but this motherfucker is like actually your top spender.
So I want to know, what do you bring to the table dating wise?
Oh.
Wait, I'm sorry, guys. I can't focus.
Oh.
I don't know. Like whatever we talked about.
All right.
This is
what we talked about.
This was a terrible idea.
How many wanks have you had, Alice? Would you say?
About 1,000.
1,000. So okay.
That's normal. No, that's normal. That's totally fine. I mean, it's her OnlyFans, right? That's you got to expect that.
Okay, so how many wanks a day is that?
About like 2-3 times a day.
Okay, wow.
Not bad. And Billy, what are you, Billy? You're about 30, right? Trick Rich says, I feel like he literally wants to cook and eat her. Oh no, brother. Come on, Tricky. Don't do this to me. Kyle says a simp wore a pocket t-shirt to a date he spent 100K on. Hey, he was ready. He's ready to impress. He's dressed to impress, brother. You know what I'm saying? Why would you even answer that? I don't know, man. Oh God.
Impressive. Quite impressive. So, do you have any questions for him?
I don't know. Can somebody else ask the questions?
So can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How far do you squirt?
Oh.
I don't really know the answer to that.
How far do you squirt? Okay, man. You know what? Just throw him off that little ledge over there. I think he would probably actually have a better life. You could say anything, man. Anything. Please. How far do you squirt? Jesus. What is your opener, Mick Stellar? Can anybody give me an opener? When's the last time you heard that, Carify? When you were at the bar, some guy walks up, hey, how far you squirt? You're gonna be like, wait, what? Shogun, don't fuck, you're gonna kill me, Shogun. Shogun, squirtwort. Oh God. Oh my Jesus, boys. You're killing me. Do me a favor. Need a hand. What's up, MRT? How you doing? You stole my opener. Oh no. God. Oh, I spittled a little. Oh, Jesus. Do me a favor real quick, Carify, and like the show, please. All right. Like the show, Carify. Hit that like button on the YouTube side, please. Thank you.
Leave a rainbow after you squirt?
What?
Does it leave a rainbow after you squirt?
I don't really understand. Do you understand what I don't understand?
Does it leave a rainbow after you squirt?
You know this dude thought about everything he was going to say for hours. Hours!
Sure.
When's the last time you had a interaction with another human?
Probably when I was out there.
When you were out there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But like previous to like today, like
been about months.
Dude, she looks like she wants to leave. Oof. I mean, I would too. I gotta be honest. I probably want to leave too. This guy's never talked to a woman before. Confirmed, just bad. That's what I'm feeling like, man. Oh my God, brother.
Months?
Mm-hmm.
And what was the one?
What
a
do
few
you
months ago?
do for a living?
I'm a day trader, so I invest in stocks.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would you say gooning is a W or an L?
In my books, it is.
It's a W?
Yeah, I think Alice will also agree.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's literally what's bankrolling her. So is the whole industry of gooning.
This Claviher guy's trying to make a conversation happen, because otherwise this dude's just gonna stare at her and look. She looks like you can tell she's rethinking her entire OnlyFans career right now. She's rethinking her whole. Look at her. Hello, darkness, my old friends. I've come to talk with you again. Maybe all the money isn't worth it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But are you worried about like erectile dysfunction, or changes to your dopamine system?
Hasn't been a problem for me yet, and I've been doing it for around 10 years.
Hasn't been a problem yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
10 years. He's been going ham for 10. Wally, you're not lying, brother. You're not lying. What did she expect, dude? Like, what do you actually expect? Like, for real. What do you expect? I mean, come on. Joe Sheena says only scrub who can afford to pay that midi $100K. Well, you ain't lying, dude. She's about a 6. But I think that's the issue. I think that's why girls on OnlyFans that are usually like 6s, 6-ishes, they do so well. And I think the reason they do so well is because they have the girl next door like attainable look. That's how they do so well, right? And the girls that are overtly attractive, like 10 out of 10, they don't do as well. And I think it's because they are like this weird ethereal unobtainium, if you will, right? He gives me Dahmer vibes. How much do you want to bet he has bodies under his damn house right now? 18 minutes left on the 8 gold boy goal. Billy Hatcher and Kylie Goff are on the board right now. 8 left. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. And that'll get us halfway to Snake. Ooh. And a red boy from a Rainbow Night. Can you believe it? All right, let's go.
Well, we'll have to come back in 5 years and see if that's still. Do you have to use any performance enhancers like Cialis?
No, I just do a dry rub.
You're dry rubbing for 10 years straight 3 times a day and you don't have ED?
Yep.
Well, holy fuck, dude. Mogs me to fucking Gandhi heaven and back. You know what I mean? So, anyway, what's like a full day like of you waking up to you going to sleep?
I wake up, I eat breakfast, I go to the gym, get back.
I doubt it. My man, he probably passes the gym. He probably drives past the gym. Okay, I don't think my man's going to the gym every day. I just got to say. I go to the gym. I don't lift anything. I just walk in it and buy a milkshake, At least he's trying to get the ball going. He's trying something on the fuck way to the gym. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. Jared, her job is literally the grift incels. Yeah. He's bulking. All right, Peachy, I'm gonna have to ban your ass. He's bulking. MLP cracks arms, X to down. I don't know. I feel like he looks pretty buff. Look, he's gooning at the gym. That's a very good explanation, Zach. He's going to the gym straight to goon, brother. Straight to goon.
Watch some Netflix, goon, and go back to bed.
That's it?
You just goon.
Also, I work a little bit.
You work a little bit?
Yeah.
At night? That doesn't really seem like a full day to me.
What would you consider a full day?
Well, it's just like a gym, Netflix, and gooning, and then that's it.
And what do you do?
Gooning. So, okay, look, I'm not up on the times. All right. Gooning just means you're making stomach pancakes, right? Is that what gooning means? Just so I got this out of the way. Is gooning mean you're beating your penis? I'm guessing that's what that means. I thought gooning meant like miring a girl, like looking at a girl and being like, oh yeah. That's my understanding. Okay, cool. I thought for the longest time, I thought gooning was just like looking at a girl and being like, oh yeah, bruh. And like imagining, gooning, like miring, But apparently it's straight up baiting. Oh, nerdy. What's up, buddy? How you doing? This guy makes enough money day trading to pay this girl $100,000. I'm about to day trade, brother. But then you're just going to give it all to OnlyFans girls and goon all day. That's the pathway. The day trading pathway is gooning. Do you really want to do it, brother?
I do.
Oh, what would you consider like a full day?
Well, no. I mean, I'm not questioning that, but I'm just wondering, like, that must be a lot of like Netflix hours or a lot of gooning hours, but either way.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you know what, man? If you can sustain yourself and just day trade in Ladar, but who do you live with? Do you have your own place or your parents?
I have my own place.
Okay. So you just kind of like the Ladar?
Yeah.
Are you registered on like .is or anything?
What is that?
Like incels?
No.
No? Okay. Wow. Okay. Do you think
I didn't know what that was? I thought he was asking if he's a registered offender. That's what I thought he was trying to ask. I was like, what's happening? Bro, yeah, she doesn't want to be here at all. But again, like Jared said, what did she expect? What the hell did she expect? Amateur. I wonder if this guy even picks up that insanely obvious body language. Yeah. I don't think so. She made her bed, Sky Tex, and she's going to lay in it with him. Whew. No, thank you. No, please, God, somebody do something. Oh, my God.
that what you're doing is like something that's admirable and should be replicated by young men?
If you have the money to do it, I say yeah.
Wow, dude. Wow, I don't even know what to say. Like you really don't feel like embarrassed whatsoever.
Nope.
I mean, dude, like that's a level of confidence I guess I could respect.
He don't feel shame. God,
but like,
Jesus, brother.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really not my place, or
yeah,
in no way. And no, like if people in the chat will see like a fat retard like this and say, oh my God, what this guy's.
Why are you calling him a fat retard to his face? God, my poor guy. Carafai says she's acting like she's got nothing to do with this. Yeah. Collie Golf says, go open this guy's deep freeze and see his dating history. Oh my God, brother. This is just John Wayne Gacy. This is young John Wayne Gacy with hair. Whew. Although I think that mostly, I might be talking out of my ass here. I think mostly serial killers are relatively charming, with the exception of Dahmer. With the exception. Maybe not any of them, actually. I don't know. I'm thinking of Bundy, specifically. He's not a traitor. He just somehow has a lot of money, probably inherited. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? Eric Coyote, thank you, Collie Golf, by the way, for another pink boy. You crazy bastard. I love you, man. Thank you. Eric Coyote says pre-cookery report. Oh, no. Well, I think gooning, right? I think being completely enamored and obsessed with porn makes you more and more and more and more degenerate. You know what I'm saying? And that's why people become cucks, right? I had a friend tell me one time years ago that out of nowhere, they were like, the most pleasure I've ever had is watching, my significant other like have sex with somebody else. And I'm like, what the fuck are we talking? I didn't even know what to say. I just responded, damn, that's wild. LOL. I didn't know what the fuck to say. What do you mean? Thank you, Erikias. 4 gold boys out of 10 for the goal. Thank you, buddy. I love you, Erikias, buddy. Appreciate you, dude. Charitard says he's treating this like an online session. She cultivated this kind of guy. She gets what she fucking deserves. Oh my gosh, brother. Damn, man. Rest in peace to this guy. Let's continue. Let's see how bad it gets. It must get worse, right? Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Erikias. Thank you, Kylie Goff. Thank you, Charitard. Appreciate you, Kylie Goff. You're a man. You're the man, dude. Thank you, buddy. One red boy from that rainbow night. That'll put us almost there. Hot diggity damn, boys.
Doing is terrible by, gooning all the time, and it's gluttonous. Just who the fuck gives a shit? You know what I mean? Like if this guy wants to rot his life away doing dumb shit like that, then that's
you gotta live your best life.
No, that's you living your worst life. But I'm simply saying that I don't give a shit. Okay, because you made that decision, and
he is living his worst life. There's people out there, man, that don't have the tools, though, man. You've met people like that. I mean, we've all met people that for a fact the moment you hear them talk, you're like, yeah, they're gonna be working, at McDonald's, and they're only gonna take out the trash, and that's gonna be their whole responsibility. Like they won't even work the register, bro. And you kind of feel for them because you know that there's no way out. This is that guy. This is that guy, man. What's her name? For research, bro. You can find this shit. You can find that shit in 2 seconds, brother. You have a wingman, bros, like that, dude. Yeah. Yeah, if you ever want to look good, just bring this guy next to you and like with a girl. She'll immediately be like, protect me from this man.
nothing anyone, myself or anyone in the chat could say to you to change that, seemingly. So that's quite pathetic. But
why is he embarrassing my man? He needs to force the conversation back to the girl. She needs to pay for her crimes and have to talk to this just awful human being.
It is what it is.
Look at her.
So hopefully you figure it out. But
look at her.
Sorry, kind of just like clap talk.
So what do you like to do for fun?
He said that already. He's asked this already. Oh my God.
So like what kind of hobbies do you have?
Like everything we talked about again. Like the gym and I just like hang out with my friends and like work and do all that.
Sounds like you don't do that much either.
No, like I'm busy all day talking to like all my subscribers.
But you have bots to talk to these.
No, I don't.
All right.
Filipinos, actually.
I don't. I really don't.
I don't understand my man's strategy here. He's just mean, but like really weirdly faux mean. Like you can tell he's not doing. He's forcing it. I'm very confused at what's happening right now. D-Day Direwolf, how you doing, buddy? Says why is the gooner getting roasted when the walking petri dish is right there too? That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, they need to force the conversation from him to her because she did this. She did this, Oh my God. Art, I said that shit earlier, Art. Said that shit earlier. We are on the same page, brother. 8 minutes left for 6 gold boys on the goal. Thank you, guys. Shout out to Kyle, Eric Haas, Mr. Bill, Mr. Billy.
It's Filipinos.
I feel like this is quite a good match with both two degenerates.
Yeah.
You and him?
No, you and me and you.
I'm like not a degenerate though.
Are you sure about that? You sure about that? I don't know. If you got your asshole out and people are paying to see your asshole, you might be a degenerate.
I mean, you literally make the content he's consuming, so and it's extremely degenerate.
Yes.
The entire industry of it. So I mean, like,
yes.
That's the whole supply chain.
Sorry, I'm sorry if I'm not talking. I'm like a little freaked out right now. And I'm like usually not shy.
Isn't that crazy though? That like, you're giving this girl like potentially hundreds of thousands, if not millions, and she's like just utterly like repulsed.
I'm not repulsed. I'm just like kind of like nervous and like shocked because I thought it was a joke.
No,
I'm just nervous. That's all. That's why I can't look at this man in his eyes. Scroats McGoat says the meth head really acting like he's above Philly Gander. They're all degenerates. They're all degenerates. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Renee Galara says, I don't even know what's going on. I wouldn't stay there. If it was me, I wouldn't even entertain this. Yeah, my happy ass to be out. Now, to be fair, I would probably be able to curate this conversation with this weird ass dude way better. I think some people can communicate way better with people that are obviously suffering from something like autism than some people are. I'm pretty good at it. Like I'll just go, "What's up?" You know, and just fuck it, just like normal. It doesn't really change anything for me. But girls are out there, especially young girls, that the only thing they've ever known is money for being like attractive. You know, what's up, Donut Gambler? I think they cannot navigate this situation, right? There's no way in hell they could ever navigate this situation. You know what I'm saying? Not repulsed enough to refund his money. Oh, shit. Shit, Selgris. Shit. He paid her $1 million. Is that true, though? You know. Anyways, make sure you guys like the show. Appreciate you.
No, that is repulsion. I mean,
But I thought it was a joke. Like I thought you guys were like I thought.
so now that you know it's serious, you're just absolutely like.
He's looking over at somebody like for help. Please save me. Save me.
You know what's around me.
Yeah, like no, I'm not that nervous. I'm just like shocked.
Why is she shocked though?
Is there anything else you want to know about me?
Like I already know like a lot about you. Like why are you here? Like
name one thing that you know.
I'm trying to think. Sorry, I was.
Oh
on all day.
Yeah. So name one name one thing that you guys have talked about.
I mean, we talk every day.
How about his
I can
name?
I honestly forgot because I just named 30 people. Sorry, I forgot. What was it?
She doesn't even know his name. Damn. Oh my God.
Michael.
Michael. I knew that it was Michael.
So he gave you $100,000. What's one thing that he's ever said to you?
That
Exactly.
he
You don't know.
thinks me.
You don't know. You don't know because it's Filipino VAs, guys.
No, it's
don't
not.
ever buy any of this shit. So anyway, I think that should be all of the questions, unless you had closing thoughts.
Yeah, we're the perfect match. Perfect match, both degenerates.
You think we're the perfect match?
Yeah, I would say so. You know what? I would pay to see a short film of them together in a relationship. I think that would be beautiful. It'd be terrible, but beautiful for sure, right? In my opinion, I think it would be beautiful, and I would like to see that.
But you do know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you've never once actually talked to her.
No, like you have a lot of times. Like voice
No,
memos,
you
never like face to face.
No,
No, never face to
Let me
face. We
explain.
talk all the time.
You've
We
never
talk all
talked to
the
her. It's
time.
always
We talk all the time.
She hires people to do the talk.
No, like we talk.
You get
he
it,
doesn't
right?
know what he's
Yeah.
talking about. We talk all the time.
But isn't that? Did you know that, or is that something you're just now
I knew
realizing?
that.
You knew that.
But
So
then
you're
she's
literally
still
talking
seeing
to.
me.
No. So you know that when you're
No,
sexting
like
her
clap.
account, it's a guy on the other end with a keyboard typing.
Well, I don't really text back. I just buy the content.
But still, isn't that like a
Yeah,
little
but,
weird?
I mean, he's just buying the content though.
No, dude, people fall in love with AI bots and shit. So this is fun. You know, he just thinks he's talking to the girl. You know, isn't that just the plot of Love on the Spectrum, bro? Love on the Spectrum is a masterpiece of a show. There's another show called, I think, Down with Love, which is also, it's so hard to watch, but it's also beautiful, and I can't explain it. Renee Galarza with 500 kicks. I'm not good at conversation. That's why my previous dates didn't go well. You know, that's a big one. That's a big one. I've always been all right with it because I worked in retail for so many years. You know, I've always been pretty decent at conversing with people, but I have met people before where there's something about it I could not converse with them very well. I was like struggling to carry on a conversation. Down with Love. Yeah. It's like Love on the Spectrum, but it's people with Down syndrome. And it's Love on the Spectrum's awkward. Down with Love is like extremely sweet. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's weird.
I mean, but we're both weird, so it works out.
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, wow, that's crazy. Wow. I got, yeah. It's really wild to like bring both parties together and actually like see the interaction here, you know?
Yeah, this has actually never happened to me before. I don't think.
Because it's, you know, the girls who do OnlyFans quite literally cage and think that the subscribers and the people who are messaging them are just sheer and utter jokes.
I don't think you're a joke though.
No, you do. You do.
No,
And
I don't.
You do, along with every
Clav's
single
just
person.
really like Clav is like really like judgmental.
No, every single person
We
who
aren't even, like,
subscribes to you
really
on
good
OnlyFans, you think is an utter joke.
Why would I think it's a joke? They think I'm hot. Why
No,
would-
you literally think that they are a worthless subhuman. And
Why
to
would
be
I
honest,
think
you're
that?
right.
No, why would I think that?
To be honest, anyone who subscribes
They all they
God, Jesus, brother. What else can she do for money? Well, I mean, look how she's acting, Joe. Like, that's a good point. Like, I know we're fucking around, but look how she's acting around people. Like, she's not charming, she's not witty, she's not quick, and she's uninteresting and not focused, and you know what I'm saying? And that's the case with a lot of girls that are like relatively attractive. They don't really have any strife, and they don't have to work hard to, you know, get people to like them. You know what I'm saying? Whereas us dumbass men, we have to build personalities through sheer rejection and strife through our teens and young years. Like when I was growing up, I was fat as fuck, and that just created who I was. Like I had to make people laugh, or else everybody hated my ass. You know. Sad part is that girls like this kind of talk in private with a Chad, not some mumble mouth fat gump. Oof. Well, that's the thing. I mean, what do you think's happening, Charitard? This Claviker guy's probably having sex with this girl, like before or after this, right? And he's like, she's a bitch, she's stupid. But for some reason, girls love that shit. I'll never understand it. They love it. They love it, man. You know? That's what us old heads talk about in the old hair, you know? You were fat since you worked at Red Lobster. I was fat from like 11 to 16. And then I lost all the weight like overnight. It seemed like. Chai T with the 5th gold boy says, life is a marathon, not a sprint. The only person you have to be better than is the one you were yesterday. Times are hard, but you have and will continue to persevere. Love you and PDH and Loki. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Chai T. I hope you show up for the Loki day on Wednesday, where my dog, my boy, my 13-year-old German Shepherd, he's been like in the background of my streams for like a year, you know, because we made a place for him for the background. Yeah, he's on his way out. He's just not gonna make it. He's just old, man. He's so old, and he's snowballing hard. Anybody that's had a dog for a long time, like, you know what I'm talking about. It's like he's just wasting away. So Thursday's his last day, unfortunately. So Wednesday we're gonna put him on the couch and put him on camera and have a short little stream so you can all say hi to him, because I remember, a lot of you know who he is. Thank you, Wally. I appreciate you for your jewels. Thank you, Chai T. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Here we go. 13 is old as hell for a shepherd. He had a good run. That's you ain't lying, buddy. You ain't lying. You really ain't. Imagine paying 100K, Joe. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. We are one $100 super chat away from a rainbow knot, a red boy, and that'll get us almost to Naked Snake with the kicks. Actually, I need to put the kicks on here because I'm a dumbass. I forget how much kicks are, man. I forget. What do we have? We have 3,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. That's $50, yeah? Okay. I can't do math with kickies. All right, there you go. That gets us 130 away after a rainbow knot. Hot diggity damn.
Just have money and want to see like a
No,
girl's body.
you can be honest. You hate them.
Wait, why would I hate them? Why would I hate them?
Well, I mean,
why would I hate him? Why would I hate him?
If he came up to you in a bar and this was off camera, you would scream and call the police.
What would you say? What would you say? Like,
Even if he said
what
hello.
would you say?
Even if he looked at you.
I would say, hey, I'm on the top spent. Can I get a picture with you?
And I would say yes.
No, you wouldn't. You would
I
literally
wouldn't say yes.
run the
This
other
has
way,
happened to
pepper
me.
spray him, and call the police.
No, I wouldn't.
Yes, you would.
Okay.
Ryan's like, he got money though. I don't think that. Well, there's a line, right, Ryan? So there's a line. You know, okay, let's like this guy has money, right? He would have to have $100 million to even remotely have a chance now. You know, $100 million to have a chance. Now, the more attractive and charming you get, the less your finances are going to matter. Now, as a guy, you're always going to need something. You know, he's being blatantly honest, some vagrant. You know, but I think he's forcing it because I think he thinks he's supposed to be mean. You know, Dro Haas says, bro, fuck, I feel like our little puppers were lucky to have their companionship and love for a short time. I agree, man. I agree. Yeah, I mean, it's not killing me because he's so old. You know, if he was like a young dog, it would be heartbreaking. But he's lived a full life. You know, it's more of a celebration of his life than it is being sad that he's gone. How's PDH doing with everything? She sleeps on the floor with him every night because he can't get on the bed anymore. Like, you have to literally lift him, and he's huge. And he won't let you lift him. He'll fucking freak it. It's bad. So she sleeps on the floor every night downstairs. But she drug like a mattress down there, and she sleeps down there and slides him onto the mattress. And that's what she's been doing for like 2 weeks, you know. And I'm just letting her do what feels right. You know, I'm not going to try to make her do anything, you know. But yeah, at any rate. Anyways, let's continue.
One of my OnlyFans
Yes, you
subscribers
would.
has gone up to me and
No,
I've
that's
taken a
not true
picture.
at all. That's not true.
If he like grabbed me weird or
It's not true.
something, I would call
No,
the
if
cops.
he looked at you, if he looked at you, you would be utterly repulsed and call the police.
I don't know if like repulsed is the word.
No, it is. It's the word, and that's how every OnlyFans girl is about every single person who's ever given them a send.
I
And
don't
people
think
continue to send money to talk to people in third world countries. It's like it's utterly perplexing.
Well, I talk
Guys,
to my fans.
never buy her or ever these subscriptions. Never ever do it.
Well, they're going to.
Do not buy these subscriptions.
They're going to.
Is mocking you and laughing at how much of a loser you are.
That's
Yeah, and I just want to point this out. He's being like a hyper dick. Yeah, he's probably gonna have sex with her later. If you guys know, you know. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? You know. If you know, you know. Dreamology. Gay.
not true.
It is. Just admit it. Almost. Like just honestly admit it.
Clap, why would I think the people that think I'm hot and want to see my body are jokes? I'd be like, okay, you guys just think I'm hot. You want to support me and you're making me money. Why is that a joke?
You're
you can that logically makes zero sense. You can think somebody's a joke and they find you hot. That makes no sense. She dumb as hell, boys. Now she's not supposed to be smart though, right? Carify with a go, boy. Oh my god. Carify. She deserves every bit of this, number one. Number two, Chud doesn't deserve a $1.25 million bond. It's technically free speech. Number three, praying for your family member. Number four, I'll be there for the Thursday stream. Well, it will be Wednesday, but yes, Thursday is the day. Thursday is the day that he won't be with us anymore. But yes, I appreciate you. It'll be Wednesday, the stream. Thank you. I appreciate you, Carify. Thank you. That's 220 from Naked Snake. Oh my God. We got about 30 minutes left though, so we're good. Thank you so much, Carify. I appreciate you, baby.
They're the reason I have money. He's like one of the
You're
reasons I have
probably
money.
like cackling like a psychopath when you see these numbers.
Okay, that's just what
coming
you're
in.
inferring though.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm.
Let me ask you, can I get a hug?
I don't know right now.
Oh, she proved clap right immediately. Damn. And you know, got my guy put on cologne and shit.
Right. So it's
No,
like,
well, like I would, I
sending
don't
her
just
money,
hug.
dude. Keep sending her money. You
No,
know
like
what
I just am, like I don't just like hug people.
mean? Guys,
I'll like shake your hand and like I'll definitely
Gooners
think
and
about
people who
it.
subscribe to OnlyFans, remember, keep sending her money.
I'll shake your hand, brother. It's fine. Look at him. Oh, damn. Can't even get a hug. Imagine spending hundreds of thousands of dollars. Can't even get a hug, brother. Damn. That's rough. That's a solid no, Tricky. You ain't lying, brother. It's a solid no. Get the hell out. It's out. You're done. You lose. You get nothing. You get nothing, Charlie. You get nothing.
And this is what you get, right? Someone who wouldn't even look you in the eyes if
I'm
they were
looking
sat
him
in
in the
front of
eye.
you and would call the police on you.
So he
for
said I
simply
look
saying hi
fat
to
in
them.
person, so I'm kind of like that's
I
why.
like fat
So
Yeah, I don't.
He likes fat chicks, though. It's fine. That's a compliment. He's like, you're fatter in person. And that's totally fine with me because I like fat bitches. That's what he's saying. What's up, Drawn with Edge? That's what he's saying. His heart exploded. Oh, somebody give him some money. Refund him, please. Help him. Help my boy out. God, dude.
I don't think I'm fat.
An
though.
utter joke, an utter
Yeah, I
disgrace.
don't know why I would give someone a
This
hug.
generation of men is complete and utterly disastrous. It's embarrassing. It's shocking. But you know, what are you gonna do? So I say that should be enough for that. And
I got to put this out there. This guy's suffering from mental illness, right? Like, this is not just the generation of men. I mean, this doesn't help. He's obviously a hyper incel, and that's whatever. But this isn't just the generation. I mean, he's obviously suffering from some mental illness, right? So
we can move on to the next contestant.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it nice to meet him? Okay.
if I was him, to be fair, I would get
I'm
the
really-
hell out of there.
Really scared. Like kick him out now.
Yeah.
Like right now. I'm dead ass.
Why would we get him out? You said please chance. He gave you over $100,000.
She's really scared.
No, because I'm scared.
I would be too. Well, this is like the kind of shit that you subject yourself to when you like.
Okay, but why are you like not defending me and being mean to me?
Well, we are defending
Would you
you.
not
That's-
be scared if you were me right now?
That's why I have my security guard here along with all my staff.
Wait, like would
literally
you
standing
actually
right-
not be scared right now if you're me?
I would, but then I would also say to myself, I subjected myself to this.
Exactly, Carify. Exactly. He did this to him, or she did this to herself. She 100% did this to herself. There's nothing you can say, man. Nothing you can say, nothing you can do. She goofed. She absolutely goofed. But is it worth it? Is it worth it for the money, right? And a lot of these girls, that's their whole deal. That's their whole ass deal. They're doing it for the money. Damn. Anyways, let's look at what's happening in California now. We're moving on up to the east side. Hey, we're almost at 250 likes. Hit that damn like button, boys. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. That was awful and sad. Yes, my heart is broken. My heart is broken, but that's just life. That's how life is sometimes. What a classy generation. That is true. I mean, hey, man, it's definitely not, it's not a good time to be alive. But if you think about it, I mean, there was the Ed Geins of the past, right? So, Chadwick. Oh, my God. Can I be scared for that? Yeah, I'd take that. I'd take that. Yeah, I will gladly be scared for 100 grand. Let's go. You know? Why would it have been worth it if she walks away with 100K and he gets a handshake? Oh, damn, brother. All right, let's look at California. All right. Oh, wasn't there some shooters? Well, there's just some crazy homeless guys. There's some crazy homeless guys in California. That's what we're about to look at right now. Look at this guy right here. Now, I got to say, man, I am very happy with where I live. It's getting a little worse nowadays just because the population's increasing drastically, but check this out.
I'm a big badass mother. Do something. Hey, stop fucking.
So for a battery, it's going to be a private person's arrest, okay? So we're not going to be arresting him. The way that it works is because it's a misdemeanor not committed in my presence. Like, you're going to be signing that private person's arrest, and you're going to be the one going to court and testifying against him. To arrest him. So if you're not willing to go to court, there's really no
property damage and battery.
So battery is a misdemeanor. The property, if it's under $400, it's still a misdemeanor.
So you said that you can't even arrest them. Wow.
Is that LA County or is that all California?
It's all California.
That's insane.
Guys, the police are impotent in California. Let's just move. They can't do anything. It's Los Angeles police. They can't do anything about anything. Listen, actually, I had to walk up and stand between that guy and violently assaulting them because police can't do anything. You guys are impotent to actually do justice because the state of your culture is such that people run and do evil every minute of every day.
That's fine, but I'm trying to do my job, okay? I'm explaining to you.
Yeah, you can't do your job. You've been given a sword to do justice, to protect innocent people, but you can't do it.
Oof, man. God, imagine living somewhere like that. Ugh. Oh, God, that would suck ass, man. That would suck absolute cheeks, man. No way in hell would I ever, in a million years, want to live at a place where you're basically cucked. Yeah, exactly, D-Day. You're cucked. You're just cucked, brother. You're just straight up cucked forever. No, thank you, man. No, thank you. I'll stay in happy ass Alabama and talk to my boys in chat. That's my life from now on. Alabama in chat. I'm thinking about playing some Resident Evil 3 on my other channel probably soon because I really miss it. I haven't played Resident Evil 3 since I played it on stream, which was like a year ago, or feels like a year ago. Maybe it wasn't, but God, I really want to get back to playing Resident Evil 3. That game just speaks to my soul, man. It speaks to my soul. You know, imagine getting read out at work like that. I don't even. Bro, in Alabama, the police will beat that they will beat the shit out of you. Where I live, they hate your ass. They can't wait. They can't wait to beat the brakes off you in Alabama. They're like, hell yeah, get him, kill him, destroy him, make him pay, make him suffer. That's what they want to do to you in Alabama for sure. Emotion Report says I got the RE2 remake not long ago. I haven't played it. Fantastic. It's fantastic. Alabama's doing better than the UK, and that's a country. Well, that's the UK, man. The UK is literally drowning, man. I'm just glad that I live in the redneck part of the US. We're like the last bastion of kind of normalcy. But it's changing. You can tell day by day it's changing. Like our taxes increase. My taxes have increased like, I don't know, 500% in the last 10 years. Property taxes have made it to where like an $1,800 mortgage is like $4,000 nowadays. That's how much property taxes have gone up in Alabama. Or well, at least where I am. Maybe not in Alabama, but where I've lived the last freaking 20 years, almost 15 years. So you basically just can't own a home. Unless you're making like surgeon money, you can't own a home here anymore. And it wasn't like that when I was 20. Like I bought my first house at like 21, 22. I can't remember. And my property tax was $600 a year. My property tax now is $9,000. And I live in the same place, you know? It's crazy. Same place. It's just weird. It's absolutely weird. Whole Western world's living over well, yeah. Everything just keeps getting worse. Keeps getting worse. Oh my gosh. Anyways, let me move on. I'm at the fucking Mandalorian thing. I bookmarked this because it just makes me want to die. And it's I'm just so tired. I'm just so tired of celebrities. I'm just so tired of everything being not real. You know what I'm saying? Manufactured. So by the way, we're one $100 super chat away from a rainbow night, and that'll get us almost to Snake. We got about 30 minutes left. Don't forget, check this out. You guys have all seen this, I can guarantee it. But Disney did this promotional thing for that goofy ass Mandalorian movie with that goofy ass Grogu guy, and I'm so tired of it. Like, I'm so tired of the little buddy comedy, little baby thing. But they basically Disney hired all these influencers. I probably shouldn't say hired, probably gave them free access to this promotional event where they meet Pedro Pascal, and then they have to pretend to be surprised that they met him. And then all the influencers post it on all their social media, and then it gets millions of views. So everybody goes and sees. Like, they could have quite literally done this with like 20 kids from Make-A-Wish or something, and it would have changed their lives, right? Or 20 kids picked out of the park at random would have changed their lives. But they're like, nah, we got to handpick influencers so we can, you know, get a few thousand people to go to the theater to see this absolute garbage. And I gotta be honest, to be fair, I checked out of Star Wars a long time ago. You know, don't make it too obvious it's me. Like, they're pretending. It's like a whole thing. They're pretending like this is a candid moment. They don't actually know that this is Pedro Pascal. All these influencers have no idea.
Mandalorian, do you have anything to say before we send our travelers on their journey?
Look at them all freaking the hell out. Look at them. Look at them all freaking the hell out. Totally real. Total legit. Yeah, Garlic, I agree, man. Like, no one gives two shits. No one cares at all, even remotely, about. And it's just Star Wars, man. It's over. I checked out of Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Like, why would I watch this? I've never seen what is it called? What is the last one called? Palpatine? What the hell is it called? The Revenge of the What the hell is the last one called? Rise of the Skywalker. I've never seen that, and I will never see it. I'm not interested even remotely in that bullshit, and I never will be, because you burned me once, right? Now, granted, like, Star Wars has burned me a couple times, but after you burn me like more than like once or twice, I'm like, all right, that's enough for me, right? That's enough for me. No, thank you. What the absolute hell? Pedro Pascal. Pedro Pascal. Yeah, I'm done with it. And I will never be coming back. No, thank you. No, thank you. Where is that? Charitard says, Gadriel Pascal. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. Calignus Wolf. What's up, dude? Holy shit balls. I feel like it's been a minute, man. Says Mr. Cody, down with AI and data centers. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, my man. Thank you. For all of your love, dude. All your love. It puts us at 273. 273 to 220 to Nega Snake. Oh my God. Can you believe it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Yeah, I got a lot of stuff I got to do tonight / tomorrow, I guess. I'm not looking forward to it. So I got to go drive to the hospital because somebody in my family is getting a liver transplant, which is wild. So I'm doing that, and hopefully that goes okay. I'm really hoping it all works out. The survivability for the operation is really high, though. It's like 90%, so it should be all right. And then once that's over, I'll stream Wednesday. And we'll be back, and I'll have Loki, my dog, on the stream because we're putting him down Thursday. So we're gonna put him on stream Wednesday so everybody can say hi to him. Because I know a lot of you guys have been watching for a long time. You know Loki. You know him. He's in the background of most of the streams the last year. So gonna let everybody hang out with the boy for a little while. And then and then I'll probably be taking off Thursday and Friday and stuff because PDH is gonna be fucked up. So it's her boy, it's her dog, man. It's her little baby boy, you know. So I'm scared about what they're going to do at Stargate. No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay, now watch this drive, Scoats. Now watch this drive. Watch this drive, Scoats. Kiro Lily, what's all the flexes? So Kiro Lily with a raid on Kick. How you doing? What's with all the flexes? What is all these? What is this? Hell yeah. Hold on. Let me do one. I'm going to do one with everybody in the chat. Hold on. Here we go. Arm. Fuck. I messed it up already. I'm trying so hard to do this. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. There you go. The muscle mommy emote. Here we go. Here we go. Ready? I'm going to give it to you. Here's the flex for Kiro Lily's raid. Kiro. There you go. Hell yes, brother. Let's go. Yes. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Got a big old raid on the Kick. I appreciate you guys. We're just talking about, we were talking about Claviker and the OnlyFans debacle. We were talking about our boy Chud the Builder and his insane bail amount. So we've been just talking and shooting the shit. I've been feeling sickly as hell. I got some sick family stuff tomorrow at the hospital, and then my sick dog stuff Thursday. Ooh, the last day. Thank you guys for the raid over there. I really appreciate you guys over on Kick. I love you. Kick's always cool as fuck, man. People be hanging out. Hell yeah. JT Music Cobra. Thank you, buddy. So yeah. But anyways, a lot of stuff going on with Dalton, which is Chud the Builder, who was arrested for attempted murder, by the way. Attempted murder. And his bail was set at $1.2 million. $1 million. But speaking of that, let's move on to something a little bit funner since we're a little bit later in the show. We got what? Best of luck with all that. Thank you, Light. Appreciate you. Right, help right there. I tell you what. So I saw this and I thought it was the coolest shit in the world, but I don't know how it's going to play out because I feel like, y'all have a good night. Thank you, Kiro Lily. I appreciate the raid. Thank you. Double bicep for Kiro Lily. Front double bicep. Thank you. At least dude didn't die or he be in deeper shit. I mean, he's pretty much in the deepest shit you can be in, man. He really is. He really, really is, man. All right. So there's a guy out there who is a franchise owner. Now, if you were like me, I grew up in the damn 90s, all right? Okay, I'm an old man. But there's a franchise owner at Pizza Hut that is making all the old Pizza Hut.
It's amazing the comments we have.
He's making his Pizza Huts in his franchise old Pizza Huts. He's like making them classic old ass Pizza Huts, which is insanity, right? But the issue is, like, well, it's the pizza, right? The pizza at Pizza Hut kind of sucks cheeks. It's kind of clappy. I don't know, man. We've gotten past it. But back in the 90s, bro, that was like crack. It was like crack. It was like rubbing crack all over your face. Thank you, Wrecker. Hey, it's all good. Just make sure you hit follow, baby. Appreciate you.
They have the red cups. Yes, we do.
The red
Tim
cups.
Sparks got his start working at a Pizza Hut that looked like this. He's now president of Dayland Corporation, which owns this franchise and more than 80 others around the country. They've redecorated many restaurants to rewind the clock.
It looks exact.
Man, I got to be honest. I want to go here, but I know the pizza's going to suck ass because the recipe. Anonymous gifted a sub. Thank you, Anonymous. I love you. Thank you for the gifted sub. Appreciate you. Shout out. Shout out.
Like the one that I remember from when I was a kid.
Yeah,
Typical.
That's what we were after.
Some Pizza Hut classics are now top performing locations. Customers show up for a piece of their childhood
It just brings back memories.
to share with their own kids.
When you finally find something that tastes how you genuinely remember it tastes.
This is the guy. This is the guy from the OnlyFans girl. Look at that. He's here now. Second video we've seen him in. Oh my God. What do you bring to the table? How far do you squirt? Oh my God, Jesus. God, why are you here, sir? Why are you here, sir? How did you get here, man? So fast. He got here so fast. God, diggity down. We got about 15-ish, 20-ish minutes left. 215 from Naked Snake. We're closing in on the super chat goal. 215 away from the 620th Naked Snake in a row. Red boy from a rainbow night.
Like, you can't let it go.
People come from 2 and 3 hours away, and I'm not making that up.
More restaurants are serving up nostalgia. Franchises like Burger King and KFC return to old school logos and packaging in recent years. At Pizza Hut, they even brought back Pac-Man. But for Sparks,
Pac-Man. Okay, so look, it's fake pizza now. Yeah, I used to play Golden Axe. I would play Golden Axe when I was at Pizza Hut, and I would get those PlayStation demo disc. If you guys remember that, you're only a true OG if you remember that. Pizza Hut. What about old school prices? What do you mean, like $800 for a large pizza? That's what it felt like when I was a kid. You know. I do remember going to Pizza Hut, though. William Adel. Hey, anybody? The two Pizza Huts near me both had the red roof still. I never got rid of it. I need to look at this. So I'm going to Google where these are. You can't go home, Shiva. Oh, you're breaking my heart, Shiva. You're breaking my heart. Classic Pizza Hut locations. Here we go. So classic Pizza Hut locations. Closest Pizza Hut classic locations. I guess that's what they're just called. There's actually one pretty close, apparently. There's one like an hour and a half away from me. But that also might not be the same thing I'm thinking of. It says 80 Pizza Huts. BBB outlet. It doesn't say where they're at. The program, which allows LA Times, close. Earnings call. Okay. Well, it's not very clear where these are located, apparently. Helena says, my family had a full-size Pac-Man arcade cabinet game like your Mortal Kombat one. You do so everywhere I've ever went, as far as on vacation, they always have one in like whatever place I stay. Slang and Air says ours had the Neo Geo arcade and a jukebox. Yeah, dude. I want to make a website selling absolutely Etsy trash Mandalorian toys and call it Scam DeLorean. Oh, you'd probably do well. Let's be honest. Murder levels of cringe. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I remember it. I liked it. I liked the Pizza Hut back in the day, man.
this is much more than a game. It's a mission to rebuild places where
Jay Freeze said, what was the OnlyFans drama? Okay, so there was this interview with this OnlyFans girl, and her most dedicated spender of over $100,000, and she sat down with him, and it was the worst interview in the world. He was like, how far do you squirt? And just like didn't know what to say and was trying to be mean, I think, because he probably thought being mean was sexy, and he was not capable of it. Oh, God, it was awful.
families can connect.
If we could get them in here as a family, they do tend to put their phones down and actually have conversations and speak with each other. I'm not going to tell you I know how to fix the world, but I do think that family is a good place to start.
He hopes to renovate more of his restaurants as long as he can find enough of those lamps.
They're hard to get? Yeah, they're almost impossible to get.
A familiar taste.
Well, cheers.
Cheers, bro.
Bringing people together.
Just like I remember it.
I doubt it. No, I think probably find somebody to manufacture your own lamps, okay? At this point. Like, I got to find some of the originals in back stock. So, yeah, you could probably hire somebody to make some of those, probably, I'd imagine. Etsy. Art. Get on Etsy. Get on some Etsy and just order you some Pizza Hut lamps. There you go. There you go. That's what you do. About 10 minutes left on the show today. I appreciate you guys. Everybody on Kick, I love you guys. I appreciate you. 10 minutes left. 200 away from Naked Snake. 200 from the 620th Naked Snake in a row. 2 fat, delicious red boys, and we're there. I appreciate you so much, boy. Oop, I done closed everything. Damn it. I done closed it. Rip next. Oh, that's all good, Billy. It's all good, brother. Don't worry about it. Just as long as you don't get into discording in the P chat again. Oh, man. Me and Art argued about that one night. And I just don't like talking about it. I'm tired of talking about the squirt. Okay. I'm over it. Tired of it. I'm done with it. No more. Please, God, leave me out of it. I can't do it anymore. Please. No, please. Yeah, it's just too much for me. But I can tell you one thing, there's no way in absolute balls I'm going to see Odyssey. Right? And a lot of people have been talking about it. I just don't care. And to be fair, I've never really cared for that kind of like what is it, Greek mythology. But also, I wouldn't. Now, granted, I probably wouldn't see it anyway, but it does look a little wild. Looks a little over the top. I'm like, I went and finally saw the Super Mario Brothers 2 movie, or Super Mario Galaxy, whatever, and it was all right. It was very, very okay. You know, wasn't that great. Didn't really care for it, but it wasn't terrible either. So, yeah. Oh my gosh. No, thank you. Anyways, let me go back. Sorry, I was looking. Fuck Odyssey. Damn, what's your problem? What's up, Christian? How you doing? What's your problem? Why are you so angry, Carify? What happened? You know? Zilla says, you done taking left turns? No. Not full time though. That shit. Dude, I traveling every weekend made me want to die. The ligma. Why am I burping? Gosh, I'm about to die. Oh my gosh. The ligma. I play Miss Pac-Man at Sub Shop here. They always have a Pac-Man machine when I go get a cabin like in Tennessee to hang out for a week and kind of unplug a little bit. They always have a Pac-Man machine, and I've never wanted to play it. Like even remotely had a desire to play it. Right? I was never really when I was at the arcade, I was playing stuff like at the minimum Golden Axe and at the maximum like Tekken. And that kind of stuff is never really translated into them reselling or repackaging arcade machines, you know? They always just make the like Galaga. Right? Check out Epic, the musical by George Rivera. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Chai T. I'll bookmark the hell out of that. Thank you, Chai T. I appreciate you. House of the Dead 4. Jesus, man. Oh, right. Yeah, but I will be off tomorrow, guys. Unfortunately, like I said, I got to go to the hospital for a liver transplant. Not for me. One of my immediate family members is having one out of nowhere, kind of like an emergency situation. So I'll be there tomorrow. And Wednesday we'll have the Loki memorial show with Loki on. Loki's my dog. He's real old and he's pretty much done, unfortunately. So we'll have him Wednesday on the stream. You'll be able to say bye to him and give him some love because he's gonna be of attention. He's usually in the background of the stream, like sitting on the couch. But I'll put the little camera on him. We're gonna give him some food and let him have a good ass night. So it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun, man. I'm excited. It's exciting. We got 7 minutes left for the Naked Snake Street, 200 away from it on Super Chat goals. Appreciate you guys so much for all your love. And then we're going to raid somebody. Get him some steak. Oh, trust me, we got steak. We got everything. We're going to give him everything possible. Everything he could possibly want, we're going to give it to him. He's going to love it. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to give him some love. Give him some love. I think he'll enjoy it. Thank you, Carify. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Carify. Look at them bees. What do you recommend me give him? What would you give? Like, because all I can think about, because, you know, I'm like a redneck man. All I can think about is like burgers and steaks. Like, what do you guys like? What is your experience? You know, what would you give him? Give him a VR headset with him running in the field. He'd probably freak the hell out. I have been taking him just Batman outside to sit in the wind, you know, sit him in the grass and let him sit in the wind and smell stuff. He likes that a lot. Right. Hey, what's up, Third Martian? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to it, but it's one of those things where you have to do it because he's falling apart. Chocolate, cheese, chicken, sun, steak, all the meats. Vienna sausage. Oh, I've been giving him Vienna sausages all day. Medium rare steak. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, Irikias. That's what I'm talking about. A nice ribeye. Yours loves steak and beer. What the hell are you talking about? Beer? Deer jerky. Interesting. A whole ass fish. Charitard says Brad Pitt, Achilles, Transformer page. I killed me. Bro, have you seen those AI videos? My God, dude. Insane. Insane. Just a pile of steak. I do have 3 steaks. I have 3 steaks ready to go for that. 3 whole steaks for the boy. Hell yeah. No, Zilla, never. Keep him awake. Keep him awake for life. For life. Steaks for sure, third Martian. That's what I'll do, yeah. I got that covered. I got it covered. PDH told me Vienna sausages are his favorite. Yeah, we've been giving him Vienna sausages literally every day, a whole can or two or three cans a day is what he gets. So, because he deserves it, man. He deserves it for being a good dude and sticking it out with us for as long as he did. And, you know, we got about another year out of him. Like, then he probably could have used, you know, got a whole year out of him. But it was a hard one, man. We had to like carry him and help him do everything. Everything we did in life, it had to be under the idea of how will this affect him? Can we do this because he's here, he's existing? What can we do, right? So I ate hot wings earlier and I just wrote my shit. Beer Kid chicken. They're like little cold mini hot dogs. Oh God, I don't like them. When I worked at Piggly Wiggly years ago, just Batman, I would sit there and eat Vienna sausages. And I can't have them now. It makes me like shiver. Something about it. PTSD. Some barbecue, that's a good choice. Yeah. Bacon, of course. Yeah. I'm making a mental note of all these things. Bacon, yes. Definitely some bacon. He'll love that. He'll love it. He used to be in the sausages, yeah, man. He loves them, not me. No, thank you. I would rather die. No, thank you. And stuff that needs to be really easy on his stomach, right? I don't want his last day being his stomach messed the hell up. You know what I'm saying? Pigs in a blanket. Yes, yes. Fibbage. Shit. All right. All right, we got a few minutes left. The 620th Naked Snake. 619 where it's going to end, it looks like. 620 was the breaker. 6 years, 5 years, 4, 5, 6 years of Naked Snakes, 5 years of Naked Snakes straight. We tried. We did a good job. 619 Naked Snakes is where it's going to end. Appreciate you guys for all the love. Cheese that man to do with some cheddar. Oh, I have some cheese, bro. I have a fucking mountain of cheese for him. A mountain of cheese. 5 years of Naked Snakes, Billy. 5 years. The first stream without Naked Snake will be the Loki Memorial stream. The Loki stream. Yeah, dude. I don't know how I'm gonna react on that stream. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm kind of looking forward to it, but I'm also not looking forward to it. You know, I'm scared I'm gonna get emotional, and I don't want to do that on stream. So I might have to. I don't know what I'm gonna expect. So I might have to just turn off the camera. I don't fucking know, man. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes, man. But oh man. I believe horseradish cheddar right now. It's delicious. I mean, is it delicious for a dog though? You know, I mean, I guess everything's delicious. The weird thing about Loki though is he doesn't like French fries, which makes no sense. It doesn't make any logical sense at all. How do you not like French fries, bro? You're a dog. You know, just do what you can. It's all important. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm one of those people. So like when I went to like my brother's funeral, like I'm like one of those people that is completely stoic, straight faced until I'm not. So like it was like the funeral when they were like lowering his casket, like out of nowhere, it hit me like a ton of bricks. It was the weirdest shit, and that's kind of how I am. And I don't know how I'm gonna be with the Loki thing, man. I don't know how it's gonna play out. So. But as of right now, I feel good. I'm like, okay, he's old and he made it and he did a good job. And so, yeah. But I'm scared, like in the moment, I'm like, no, you know. So, but we'll be back Wednesday for that. My dog likes ice cream. Hell yeah. I mean, that should be obvious, you know. Thank you, Skytex. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Will you be in the room, Zilla? Yeah, I'll be here. We're not. I mean, we're not doing it on live stream. It's just we're gonna have a show with him on Wednesday. Thursday's the day. But yeah, I'll be there. I mean, yeah, of course, I'll be in the room with him. I'll be holding his big ol' ass. Yeah, I feel you. Once I get home by myself, it's a wrap. Yeah, dude. Not for me. Like it doesn't matter who's around. It just will either hit me. It'll hit me at some point. So I don't know. It's gonna be a hard ass week, man. Going to the hospital tonight, or I guess tomorrow morning, very, very early tonight, whatever. And having to sit and wait for the liver transplant operation and hope that goes well. And oh my gosh. And then immediately come back and then do the Loki stream. And Thursday, that's the day, the Loki day. And it's a rough week, man. It's going to be one of those weeks that you don't see how you're going to make it. You do, though. You're going to, you just got to push. You know. I lost my dog a year and 2 days ago. She was 16. I still miss her every day. The worst part is the first couple of days, but it'll get better over time. Yeah. Well, one of the defining factors, Steven, is like Loki's he's a handful, you know, and it's not his fault. He's just really old, but like it's like a full-time job. You got to pick him up and like take him out like a briefcase to pee, and he has a diaper on, obviously, because it's almost not realistic because he just doesn't really have a lot of control anymore, and he can't walk at all. And it's just, you basically you have this giant animal that you're like carrying around. He has like dog ALS, you know, myelopathy. I forget what it's called. I always forget the first word. Degenerative myelopathy. Right? So he's just falling apart. This sucks. So I'm not looking forward to it. But at any rate, we'll make it through it. We'll make it through. All right, we're going to stay live for another 9 minutes. Cat's mane cause of death, liver failure. Yeah, dude. My cat's old as hell. He's not that old, though. Loki weighs almost as much as PDS he did. Well, not now, but he did. All right, I'm going to go for 3 solid hours. So we got 9 minutes left. Appreciate you guys for all the love. I'm going to put a goal. I'm going to put an unrealistic goal. Well, damn it, man. That doesn't make sense. Damn it, man. That don't make no damn sense. Why can't I do 5 minutes? Oh, God. Okay, we're going to do 1 red boy for the snake goal to keep the streak alive. Because the kick's a little bit higher than I'm doing math for. And I didn't put Rumble on there either. So we'll do that. 1 red boy, and we'll extend the snake goal. Look at the bee. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. There is a genetic test for degenerative myelopathy for GSD owners out there. Yes. Now, in Loki's case, like it's not like he's. If you saw him, you'd be like, yeah, okay. Like his legs, his back, and like his middle, or I guess like to his end of his back and his back legs are like so small right now. Zero mass to them. He's just gone. Right? It's brutal. It's brutal, man. It's very sad. You know, he still seems like he's really happy and he's loving life, but you know, he also is getting a little weird. He's getting a little spaced out and strange. So, anyways. Fidelio. Yeah, my cat Sushi is how old is he? He's 2010, 2011. He's 15. He's 15 years old. 15-year-old boy. But he seems like he's young. He doesn't seem like an old cat at all. Seems like a super normal cat, you know. But that's anyways. Oh my gosh. You guys have been amazing these past 3 years. Loki's a good boy. He is. We love him. Yeah, Third Martian. There was somebody that talked about this the other day, you know, and they were like, somebody said they don't understand the idea around putting dogs down. And I'm like, well, he, you know, he's messed up, man. You know, it's not like he's walking around and he's like, hey, what's up? And then you're just like, we're done with you. I mean, it is brutal. He's just he's out of it. And he looks like he's melting, and he obviously can't move, right? It's really sad. So you can tell he's miserable, and he's likely in extreme pain. We give him a lot of meds though, and we went for the first available schedule for this was Thursday, and we set it like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago now. So And even then, like 3 weeks ago, he was way better than he is now. It's like really fast. It's really fast. But yeah, no, I set that. No, Billy, I set that that red boy for the snake goal, so we could I want the snake streak to be on the Loki stream. So Loki gets to be snake-eyed. He gets to be part of the snake streak. I'm so sorry. Oh, what's up, Lady Bim? Oh my God, Kyle Goff again? Jesus Christ, brother! Hey, my man, dude. Thank you. Gosh, Kyle Goff is slinging. He's slinging them tonight. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. For Loki. Oh, isn't that coincidental? 331 right there. Look at that. Shizzy Wizzy Raid, bro. How you doing, man? Thank you so much. Let me keep Kyle's up there. Sorry, Kyle. Shizzy Wizzy Raid, welcome. How you guys doing over there on the Shizzy Wizzy place? Hope you guys are doing well. I feel like I haven't talked to you in forever, Shizzy Wizzy. I got like I was really focused on that quartering stuff for a while, and got really tunnel visioned. But yeah, tonight I was just talking about some stuff and having fun, talking to the chat. I'm like in between like this really weird, strange spot right now. And I kind of like just wanted to talk to chat. So after I got through my subject matter, I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to talk to chat for a little while. Because I got a few days left with my dog before he gets put down. And I got to go to the hospital for a family member tonight that's getting a liver transplant. So a very close family member. So, it's one of those weeks, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much to Shizzy. I hope you're doing well, brother. I know I haven't talked to you in a minute, but hope you're doing good, dude. I'm surviving, man. Surviving. We're 100, one red boy from a naked snake streak extending night for the 620th show in a row. Thank you so much, Kyle Goff. Appreciate you. Shizzy, hope you're doing well, man. I was, yeah. Zilla shit. I was talking about, I don't know what you're talking about tonight, Shizzy. Probably something similar. I was talking about Chud the Builder's defense. If the bail is reasonable, I don't think it is. And if he has a self-defense case, it's going to be this is going to be very interesting how this all plays out. It's going to be very, very interesting. You know what I'm saying? So I guess we're going to find out. Make sure you guys do me a favor and like the show, by the way. Thank you, Shizzy, for the raid, man. Shout out. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. But yeah, like I said earlier, sorry for the kind of a low energy night. Just a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff happening with the family and stuff and all that shit. So, but we're surviving, man. We're surviving. Yeah. Thank you, Chatty. Appreciate you. Oh, Kyle Goff again. He just can't be stopped. Another pink boy. My man, Mr. Hedger, quit bullying me. That's what Billy does. Billy, stop bullying people, man. Stop. What's up, Trooper? How you doing, buddy? Stop bullying people, Billy. All you do is bully everyone. You're a big bully. All right. I was talking about the psycho that was stalking in cyber. Oh, dude, we've all been there, Shizzy. Like once you get a couple years on, you always experience that. I had one that was real bad when I first started YouTube. Hell yeah, Saul. Yeah, I saw that earlier, man. Congratulations, Saul. Thank you, Kylie Goff. I love you, buddy. That's like 4 pink boys tonight. Jesus Christ, brother. 4 pink boys. God damn. My man, dude. My man. She even sued you. What the hell did she sue you for, Shizzy? Like, what could you even be sued for? Was it like a defamation thing or? I won. Well, there you go. It all worked out. Hell yeah. Do y'all plan on cremation services? Yes, Chatty. Yep. We do. Alien places, yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. Well, Kylie Goff the goat today because she wanted it. None for her. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Well, hey, man, at least you made it through it. That's the positive thing for sure. Yeah, no, I've been there, man. I had a guy that used to swat me all the time. Now, granted, I live in a place where it's like not that devastating. They just basically come and ask you questions and want to look in your house. It's not like they break your door down, luckily. But that happened a lot for a while there. It was like once a week or once every 2 to 3 weeks, like for a while. You know, she sued me, Megan Fox, Tug, and Jeremy Hales. Damn. Oh, okay. I know. So I know what this is. I know what this is about. Yeah. I know what this is about. Hell yeah. The SWAT team was Matlock. Oh. Yeah, you know. Yeah. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get off here and go hug on my boy Loki, kiss him on his fat little forehead, and lay by him for a few hours, and then I'm gonna go to the hospital and see the people, and then sit through the surgery for a few hours. It's like one of those 5-6 hours, you know. So, well, I appreciate that, Kyle Goff. You did not have to super chat. I love you, man. I appreciate you. I really, really do, man. Appreciate you, brother. We got super close to Nega Snake. We were 20 away. 20 whole bucks away. Skytex has one more month for that 5-year badge. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. My cat of 20 years finally called it last October, so I can relate. Just stick with him to the last minute, and it'll be worth it. Thank you, Trooper. I appreciate you. Thank you, Jay Freezy. I appreciate you, brother. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Kyle. Big shout out to Kyle tonight for being a badass. Big shout out to Renee Gallar's over on Kick and everybody as well. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna get off here and go eat some food and then just be really, really sad. Beside my dog, my old ass dog. Oh man. I'm sickly. I'm sickly, boys. Is that Art the Clown? God, that's when you know you're down bad, is when Art the Clown joins the party. Not letting that happen, my man. Thank you, Art. Appreciate you, brother. He's coming in strong. Coming in strong. Hail the Clown King. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Big shout out to Shizzy, by the way. Kylie Goff, all the boys. Appreciate you guys. You guys have been goated. You've been the goats today. I appreciate you. Lifting my spirits. I will be back Wednesday, though. I'll be back Wednesday. We're going to put it at, what's that, 501? Thank you, David, for the jewels. I appreciate you. David, 200 jewels. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, but yeah, I'll let you guys know. I'm pretty sure the liver transplant is going to completely be fine. As far as Loki goes, I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you know, though. I'll let you know how it goes. But I'm sure it'll go all right. You know, it is the first time I've done this in life, though. I've never put down an animal that I've been with for a long, long time. So this is my first time. So I don't know what to expect. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Thank you, Art. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, Jay Freezy. Thank you, David. Appreciate you guys. Big shout out to Kyle Goff. Appreciate you, brother. I need to get off here before I'm starting to get sad because I'm thinking about I'm like starting to space out and think about things. Don't need to do it. Yes, Billy. Yes. That was my old pup's name, Loki. He had to put him down last year. Just do some of his favorite plays. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I can't take him anywhere. He's like completely can't move at all. And he's huge. He's a German Shepherd. He's massive. I have taken him. I'll carry him outside and let him sit in the front yard while it's windy and he gets to smell stuff. And of course I'm getting him, I'll have some steak for him tomorrow and maybe a cheeseburger and all the other stuff, you know, so I'll have a lot of stuff prepped for him. And then Wednesday, we're going to have his memorial show. I do ask, please show up for the memorial show. And the only reason I say that is because it's for PDH. Just letting you know. It's for PDH. So it'd mean a lot to me if you guys showed up and just said, hey, you know, because it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be good for her. She's yeah. Anyways, thank you so much, Scoats McGoats. Appreciate you. We were 1 red super chat from a rainbow night, but we scraped it. We scraped it. Shout out to Art. Shout out to Collie Golf. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Scroats, my goats. Thank you, buddy. My boy Bubster even making an appearance. How you doing, buddy? How you doing, man? All right. Thank you, Bubster. I'm glad you hung out for a minute, Bubster. I feel like I haven't seen you in at least a little bit. I haven't been able to pay attention to stream, or sorry, pay attention to chat as often as I'd like, because the viewership on the cornering stuff was outrageous and just overwhelming as hell. So thank you, Helena. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right, let me. Gosh. All right, hold on. Let me go over here. Boop, boop, boop. I'm making sure everything is set up correctly here. Levistro. No, not Levistro. Okay, that's what I had scheduled. Okay. Oh, shit. Collie Golf swept the whole field today with a giant red boy. It's a rainbow night. Thank you so much, Collie Golf. I appreciate you, brother. Collie Golf. God diggity damn. Thank you, Pure Blood. I appreciate you so much, Collie Golf. Let him see you. Let him see you as you pet him. It'll be like he's going to sleep. Yeah. Yes. I can't think about that right now. Thank you so much, Collie Golf. He said, oops. Thank you. It's an official rainbow knot. And we officially nuked Naked Snake. Literally officially nuked it. Didn't even have to change anything. Actually killed him. We actually killed him. Thank you so much, Collie Golf. I appreciate you, brother. Single-handedly with all the pinks and the reds. My man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody give Kyle, I'm going to go look like hard as super chat. Everybody go give him some love. I appreciate you, man. I don't deserve it, but I appreciate that, man. I really, really do. Thank you. Hey, Sandy Gaming, how you doing? He just dropped the mic. Look at the bees. Not the bees. Not the bees. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. All right. Where am I at? Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought, boys. Yeah. Hell yeah, Joe. That's what we do, brother. Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate you, brother. I meant to put all the bees in the same message. You can spam bees down the chat. I'm cool with it. Here we go. B. Then you can spam B. Look at that. Oops, I put gay in there. Oh my gosh. Well, damn. All right, boys. It's time. All right, let's raid. We're going to raid Comic Division. Let me make sure they're not getting off, because sometimes I'll be raiding somebody as they get off, and I hate that. Division. Thank you, Collie Golf. Well, I appreciate you, brother. You didn't have to do that, Collie Golf, but I really appreciate everything you do for me, man. And this isn't the same page. Hold on. Oh, guys, they're done? Yeah. All right. I'm glad you said that. Make sure you guys do me a favor and like the stream on the way out. And make sure you show up to say hi to Loki on Wednesday. Levistro it is. Damn. Levistro it is. Let me make sure he's live. Levistro. Mr. Levistro. He's live playing Dead at this Disco. Oh, all right. We're going to raid that motherfucker. Thank you, Collie Golf. I appreciate you. Thank you, Jay Freezy. I appreciate you, brother. Collie Golf, everybody. Take a bow. Appreciate you, man, for all your love, dude. I really, really do. And we'll be back Wednesday, and I'll let you know how everything went. And I am very, very much looking forward to the end of this week. Thank you, Violet. Oh, all right, boys. We're going to raid. I appreciate you guys. Get the hell on it, doggone it. Shout out to Collie Golf. Shout out to Art. Shout out to everybody. Billy, you guys know who you are. Charitard, Chai T, Carify, Irokaios. Thank you. Everybody, Malcheron. Appreciate you guys. We're going to raid Levistro. See you guys over there. Get the hell on it. Diggity doggone it. Oh, yeah.